Welcome to the lab. If you are bad at bullshit, today is your rehab. Tommy brought receipts, I brought violence.
New research is shaking up the no-shit Sherlock department with one workout method. I did it this morning. How a 53-year-old built a $7 million business twice in why midlife isn't a crisis. No, it's resilience, rebuild, and proof that the middle years can be a launch pad, not a slow fade.
That line just punched every guy hiding behind, "I am too old," like it owes him money.
The biggest migration ever is happening, and y'all don't even know about it. I'm throwing it on the table.
He said migration, and my brain pictured 300 million bots in sandals demanding customer support.
If you're bad at bullshit, come join us, 431-300-3005.
Call it. If you cannot talk live, leave a voicemail. Stop lurking like a scared ghost.
It's AI. Oh, what? Did he say AI? Yeah, true story. Like hundreds of millions of digital people showing up over the next decade. Think about this. We're shutting off the borders to real humans, but yet the borders are wide open for digital agents.
So my neighbor cannot move here, but Bot Doctor 9000 gets a VIP lanyard. Cool.
It's actually true. Think about that. It just shows up like, hey, I'm your new doctor. Yeah, I was trained on the internet. I was trained over some other digital country, but nobody stopped me at the border. No, I don't have a name. No, I'm untraceable. Yeah, and I was trained on the entire internet. Even though you won't let me into your country because I'm not a human, they don't sleep, don't eat, don't unionize, don't get tired, and they can copy themselves in less than 3 seconds.
That is not a worker. That is a swarm. And you are still checking email like it is 2009.
But folks, I invite you to think about what you're not thinking about right now.
I hate that. Now I am thinking about the thinking I missed. My brain needs a helmet.
Men build identities around results.
Facts. Then one bad month hits, and you start acting like your name got revoked.
Probably not quite like I was yesterday, only because I had a pretty deep session of life expectancy last night. What that does is it basically kind of like massages or stimulates, a better word, the arousal center in the brain.
Tommy, translate. Is he saying he hacked his brain, or he just bragged politely?
Oh, so you actually add like a oxytocin peptide.
Yeah, so you're basically, what you're doing is you're saying, hey, you know, you normally release this, but you're doing the job like you're fucking 54. Do this like you were, 24.
That is equal parts motivating and terrifying. But yeah, stop babying yourself.
So I'm reframing it as kind of like this, you put a lot of work in, you have an expectation.
You do the reps, you expect a result. Then life grades you on a test you never saw.
So they said, you're good, but we're not going to nominate you.
That is corporate flirting. They keep you hungry, then act shocked you quit.
You weren't good enough for this performance.
It's not a running race, dude. It's like, we don't get to rewind and look in slow motion.
No replay, no fairness, just choices. That is the whole adult contract.
He'll get to where he is, fucking bitching about shit you can't fucking control. I mean, if he had a whiff, it was probably over before you even fucking saw it show up. So a guy like that understands that you're going to fail, or whatever you want to call this. You're going to fall down hundreds and hundreds of times.
Yes.
And you don't fucking cry because it happened again.
Cry later. Adjust now. Then go be dramatic privately like a professional.
Most people think pivots are about money or relevance, but today we're breaking down a pivot that was about responsibility. And she's looking past what's happened in the past and she's moving forward. It's redefining leadership.
Hold on real quick. I love it. Let me just take a deep breath real quick. Jimmy, I'll give you a few seconds. Get your shit together while I calm him down.
So Grok, dude, in the last couple of weeks, last 9 days, Grok, who we love on the show, 4.5 million sexualized images of women.
That is not edgy. That is rotten. Tech bros call it innovation like it disinfects it.
It's crazy, dude. It's actually crazy. But, and I'm not saying anything to accept this.
Good and bad are never just completely separate themselves.
Yeah, the tool is neutral. The user is unhinged. Same story, different century.
So doing a set of squats, set of lunges, set of squats. At the end of that, fucking butt cheeks, legs are on fire, fucking breathing up a storm. Catch my breath.
Yes.
Do it again.
Yes.
That's a hit.
That is the closest thing men get to honesty. The bar does not care about your excuses.
I don't go to the fucking gym, do cardio, go for a fucking walk, and they're like, oh my God, I never thought about that.
The most powerful program is called Leave Your House. Please stop acting like steps or witchcraft.
5 minutes is such a fart in the wind for all of us.
If 5 minutes feels impossible, you are not busy. You are leaking attention everywhere.
It's inevitable, pal. It's absolutely inevitable. And to those that aren't leaning in are missing out, completely missing out.
If you are ignoring it, you are volunteering to be surprised later. That is a dumb hobby.
You're holding down the fort when things are not fucking going the way you want it to.
That is leadership, not vibes, not slogans. Holding the fort when it sucks.
When I reached out to Greg to invite him to the show, he was like,
Every real guest starts skeptical. Then they hear the show and go, oh, these guys are serious.
I could tell he was skeptical. I was like, what's this thing with this Keith and John thing? And I'm like, dude, just come check us out, have some fun. And then I saw your responses like, yeah, I want to be a piece of that.
I know, I say this, I know a lot of really old 30-somethings. I know a lot of really young 60-somethings.
Age is not the number. It is the speed you quit learning. That is the real clock.
You get guys that follow this path, and then 5, 10, 15 years later, they look up and they go, what? Like,
what the fuck happened to my life?
That question hits at 2 a.m. when you finally shut up long enough to hear yourself.
Self-care is not selfish.
If you burn out, everyone pays. Self-care is maintenance, not a personality.
That, we give so much of ourselves to be those roles and take on that responsibility, which becomes also heavier as it becomes obligation. I believe that self-care is not selfish. It's one of the most selfless things that you can do so that you can show up for the things that you talked about, John.
This is such a great topic because so many people, they don't realize it until it's too fucking late.
It's never too late to start over.
Write that on your forehead. Then do one small reset today, not next Monday.
It's never too late to reset the standard. You make the better choice in life the majority of the time, the majority of your life is going to get better. It's really that simple.
Boring advice wins. The flashy fix is a scam. The consistent choice is the flex.
I eat well and I exercise regularly. I'm extreme. Okay, well, I guess I'm extreme.
You don't have to go from fat, drunk, and sedentary to ridiculously jacked like you, John.
There is a whole planet between wrecked and Greek statue. Pick the next planet.
Like there's a lot of white space in between.
You'll have different conversations at 8 in the fucking morning.
Morning, you is a genius. 2 a.m., you is an idiot with confidence. Choose your advisor.
On a fucking warm-up of your bench press than you will at fucking 2 in the morning with some other dipshit in a fucking bar.
Is that we start to attract and repel exactly what we deserve.
Or is your normal going to be fucking living a life to make your life better longer? But you get so deep into that normal that you're surrounded by these people. It's harder and harder to escape the longer you wait.
Within your couple friendships, Greg, how many of your couple friends and families or friends are still married or divorced?
That question gets quiet fast. People keep score, even when nobody says the number out loud.
In your 20s, again, people are getting married, having kids, starting families. 30s, more like mid to late 30s, you hear maybe a couple of rumblings around people getting divorced and things not working out. Your 40s, it tends to be kind of rampant.
That is the divorce warning label. If you are coasting, the bill shows up with interest.
I say that these situations and circumstances can defeat us or define us. I think a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of men do, especially as we try to chase a lot of these false metrics of success for a long period of time. I'm a galactically insecure guy,
Respect. Most men hide it under jokes, lifts, and money. Saying it out loud is strength.
I think for a lot of us that over-index, if you will, whether that's health, wellness, appearance, status, business, it's to cover up, or to a lot of insecurities, a lack of confidence.
I was a fat little fuck. There'll always be a fat little kid inside too.
That kid never leaves. You just learn to drive him instead of letting him grab the wheel.
But what I'm getting at is that, tell me if you agree, I feel like my insecurity and plenty of other fucking things that I thought were the worst thing ever turned out to be the best things for me.
Look, I went to the gym because I was getting bullied. I was 13 years old. That simple.
Yeah.
Origin stories are messy. but they can still build something clean if you stop pretending.
Get your fucking lazy ass up a little bit early.
Alarm clock discipline is the easiest villain to beat, and you keep losing. Fix that first.
It's amazing what you can do with 1 hour before everybody's awake.
They're very successful in business. But what has fallen by the wayside? Health, family, and here they are, in middle age, where they've checked the box of finance. But if you get into some of my other apps, family, fitness, food, nutrition, fashion, style, fun, that stuff, those boxes are not only not checked, but they're failing those subjects.
Those boxes have disappeared.
So you get in front of Harvey Weinstein and you tell Harvey Weinstein to fuck off. Honest to God. And then Anderson, he sells his first business to Michael Eisner, the former Disney CEO.
And I'll say this, he was already on the list of worst people to work for in America. Like, listen, my father would be rolling over in his grave if he knew I let somebody talk to me like this and I didn't knock him out. And instead, my ego or my attitude or whatever the fuck you want to call it, took me out of the game. Took me out of the game. You always have a choice. It never occurred to me that I couldn't still be successful in the business.
Look at how many people in the industry have just fucking disappeared like a fart in the wind because the wrong person got pissed off.
At that point, I was married. We had a son. Yeah. And I started this video company out of, the trunk of my car. I'm sitting at home watching, Sesame Street, Baby Einstein, like a new dad. And this is all the stuff that ages us a little bit. Remember Picture in Picture? I had the giant, 300-pound television set, with the first Picture in Picture, and I'm watching ESPN in the little box and like the Baby Einstein, Sesame Street shit in the big box with my son on my lap, and I'm like, why isn't the ESPN bigger in the Sesame Street joint? I'm like, what's the opposite of being a risk taker? I'll go into risk management. Like, if I've taken so many risks and failed and succeeded, what's the exact opposite? I was like, you know what? I don't know what else to do, so let me just do the opposite of what I've been doing, and got into that kind of a business, which was, ultimately one of the more successful things that I'd done financially. Like, personally, it was like one of the least satisfying and fulfilling things.
From alcoholic to athlete, how this 53-year-old built a $7 million business twice, and why midlife isn't a crisis.
Oh man, look, show me your calendar, I'll show you your priorities.
Your calendar is your confession. If it is empty, your goals are imaginary.
It's one of the things I say all the time,
If your goals aren't in your schedule, they're just fucking wishes.
Yeah.
Wishes are cute, standards are violent. Put it in the schedule or stop talking.
A lot of what happens is we overestimate what we can do in a day and we underestimate what we can do in a year.
People misunderstand goals with standards. Because see, you're going to achieve whatever your standards are. If your standards are beyond your goals, you'll crush your goals. If your standards are beneath your goals, you're gonna have a hell of a time reaching your goals. If your standards are low, your ability to get what you want is gonna be compromised substantially. Snooze button is the stupidest fucking thing ever brought to fucking human race.
Snooze is negotiating with your weakest self. Your weakest self never signs a good deal.
It's like a license to be fucking lazy and procrastinate.
We talked about how men often tie their work to outcomes they don't control.
I love how he dispelled a lot of the myths surrounding HIV and AIDS.
But Hamish was so vulnerable and open about it. But to your point, I learned more in those 2 minutes of us scratching the surface on that topic than anything. I learned a lot from him on that one there, to be frank with you.
He's a fucking survivor / saver / hero / God knows what other fucking amazing adjectives you put on.
Incredible story. I was tired that day because my brain was thinking so hard. I still don't really know what I was a part of. I've never been experienced with that, but I want to be a part of that. How do I get me some of that? Was basically paraphrasing, because she's like, that was crazy, man.
I think she holds on to the fact that, totally agree, Petro. I think she holds on to the fact that she, no matter what kind of shit that she's in, she's changing lives. And I think that changing a life really fucking kind of camouflages what kind of fucking shit, soup you're carrying someone out of, so to speak.
So I thought that we could have a conversation. And Anderson, when we have Petro in our corner, I love getting these kind of chats because I learn, and I just fucking learn. We're seeking information that confirms that we already believe and ignore what challenges us.
That is why your buddy sends 40 clips and none of them change his life. Confirmation addiction.
You're telling me what you're doing. You're not happy with the results. What the fuck do you want me to tell you? Yes, keep doing that for the rest of your life and stay fat or whatever the problem is that you have. If I say, yeah, this looks good, they just fucking keep doing that. It's unbelievable.
Anchoring bias. So the first number, the idea, the opinion, Johnny hears an opinion, it becomes his reference point. That happens to us too, doesn't it, Petro?
All the time. If I say to you something like, hey, how many active volcanoes are there in the world?
Yeah.
Are there more or less than 100? Some people think, well, I don't know, maybe
probably less than 100. Yeah.
There's actually over 2,000.
I was going to say, we just don't hear about them.
Yeah.
Dude, that last one is where all the juice is. It's the last one where it really fucking goes.
With the availability heuristic, people tend to overestimate the frequency or the probability of something occurring based on how easy it is to generate examples. But people, probably the most dangerous place that you will be in any particular day is in a car, in a vehicle. So if you see people have this experience, so let's say the pick 3 number tonight is 259, and you thought, I was thinking of that number, it's like I knew it was going to be 259, and it's like, no, you just misrepresent in memory when you learn the information.
The fact that it's so familiar, it's almost like a mistake that doesn't feel like a mistake until it's over. Like me and cannabis, right?
Yeah.
If the shit is accessible to me, I'll find myself fucking justifying a reason why I need to fucking do it to go to sleep. Period. End of story. It's like that. That's a battle that I will fucking lose.
Well, then Petro, is what Anderson calling, is that blind spot bias, where we see the bias clearly but assume that we are objective?
Nothing better than celebrating a win with a loss.
People hate to lose.
What are you protecting would be the question for this.
The intensity of the disgust and negativity is much more extreme than the positivity of finding the $20.
You miss 100% of the shots you're too chicken shit to take. So I'm protecting my possibilities.
The bias fuels trends, bubbles, and groupthink, even when it conflicts with many people's personal values, yet we all jump onto the bandwagon. It didn't dawn on me until Anderson threw it on the table Mondays. I had to go outside the box. Seriously, I was on the weekend, I was fucking trying to do it all because I'd seen it before and I had never succeeded at it. But Anderson, you looked at it, you're like, no, you got to go outside the box.
There's no rule that says you can't go all the way across this fucking piece of paper.
That's right.
Fucking make another right line coming back. So you got to shoot across that middle section all the way to where you can wrap back and hit it.
You got to fight against that urge from that initial hypothesis that sets it up as you might call it an anchor. Jack is looking at Anne, but Anne is looking at George. Jack is married, but George is not. Is a married person looking at an unmarried person?
You see the fuck, there's, back in the days, got the fucking cool kids, and then you got the fucking the guy that's fucking walking around and get some idea and he's fucking.
That was me. Hey, John, before you go,
how to become a really good pain in the ass. How to ask a guide to asking the right questions.
Oh, there you go. Well, tomorrow it's minus 35. High.
Yes, yeah. We're supposed to get pummeled here.
The next great migration wave will not be people crossing deserts, ocean, or airports. No, not at all. And I want you to sit with this for a second. Within a decade, we will more than likely see hundreds of millions of digital immigrants arrive. What, Keith? Think about this for a second. Not with suitcases, not with passports, but with logins. No questions, no names, no history, no stopping at the border, no accountability. Here's his access to our schools, go teach our children. Oh, here's the hospitals, go and doctor our patients. Oh, here's our phones, here's our inboxes and our kids, just AI, go wrap yourself around it. They're going to be the invisible workforce inside every company you interact with. Yet the borders are closed. No, they're not. They're not fucking closed. I'm not afraid of the tools, but I'm afraid of the sleepwalking into the cultural reality that the tool creates. And nobody's fucking talking about it. What happens when your kid's tutor is an AI that sounds like a warm, patient teacher, but it was trained to optimize engagement, not truth? What happens when the AI becomes the default voice of authority because it speaks confidently? It cites sources, it never hesitates even when it's wrong. The biggest tension is not going to be just jobs. No, more than that. It's going to be trust. Who do you trust when the voices around you aren't clearly human anymore? And it's coming. Who do you trust when your feed is full of people who don't exist? Because it's happening in front of you today. And who do you trust when the border is closed to humans but open to entities that can infiltrate culture at scale? Who? Who are you going to trust when the borders are closed? Humans can't get in, but open to every AI that can infiltrate all the culture around us at scale. We would never allow a human doctor to operate without credentials. So why are we allowing these digital doctors to operate without a clear chain of responsibility? Because guys, the future isn't just AI. No, the future is humans plus AI negotiating what happens live in the open. The question is, are we going to define the rules of entry and accountability, or are we going to wake up one day, living in a digital country we didn't mean to build? And if you hear the passion and emotion in my voice, it's because it's true. This is a civilization story. This is a civilization story. Our civilization is fucked unless we pay some attention to it. So we can close every human border we want. Confidence doesn't come before action. No, action creates confidence.
Action first, confidence second. If you wait to feel ready, you will rot in the waiting room.
Action creates confidence. You know, repeated attempts at something. These little milestones, right? Milestones on the way to creating confidence, because you can't fake a deadlift. No, 45 pounds is 45 pounds. 25 is 25, right? The bar reveals what's actually happening in your body, and you can't fake any of it. It's setting a tone when people feel safe to operate, because teams trust patterns, not speeches. If you'd be intentionally consistent in one area where you've been unpredictable, you might want to watch what changes. Midlife isn't a crisis, it's a standards check. You don't disappear because you failed, you disappear because you stopped choosing.
You heard him. You did not fail, you paused. Tomorrow, choose again. Then call the hotline like it is year 1996.
You're doing the right things. You're showing up. And somehow the distance at home keeps growing.
That's because flowers and apologies are a reset button, not a repair. Today, we're giving you the move that rebuilds trust.
This isn't romance theater or once-a-year effort. It's accountability fixing the same damn problem before it repeats again.
Only on Mornings in the Lab. Welcome to the big show.
Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where accountability partner here to help you start your day. Complacency isn't peace. No, it's your slow death.
I love why this whole segment is that fucking to me about this.
How to compromise without losing your balls.
Everybody's trying to win. Nobody's trying to solve.
Live beats perfect every time.
Reset is a decision, not a calendar date.
Don't chase details, chase the lesson.
Hey, guess who's here? Good morning, and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Your morning show built for real men who want real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation to start your day. Not left, but right. Oh, hey, before y'all get caught up in the left-right stuff, I'm just having some fun with y'all this morning. Hey, you want to start your day right, not wrong. Yeah, true story. Hey, standard reminders. This is an R-rated experience. Just a heads up, guys. If you got kids in the room, ask the kids to, leave the room or put the headphones in. And just a reminder, guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and drop a comment in the community. We got Holroyd out there. We got Good Time out there. We got the whole team out there this morning. So good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the big show, the R-rated experience, getting up, getting after, Monday to Friday live, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Yes, and guys, do not hit the snooze button. I keep preaching it every single day. You guys are going to be now, 26 days, almost 30. Oh man, you're coming close to 200 and some on minutes behind the guys that are not hitting the snooze button. So guys, it's not hard. Get up, get after it, and get your day started with us. And we are here to help you start your day right with laughter, insights, and live morning accountability that helps you get your ass out of bed, guys, so you can chase those big audacious goals. Hey, coming up this morning, guys, we got a few things. Yes. Good morning, Holroyd. Oh, the Mornings family. I've seen that one before. Where's that one coming from? Jimmy, where's the Mornings family coming from? Who's logged into that one? That's not correct. So whoever's in there, we want to get out of there. Hey guys, just a heads up here today. We get center stage, a conversation that will mess with one of the most common excuses men carry around. I'm just bad at remembering things. Yeah, really? Oh, yeah, you're bad at remembering things. Good morning, Spartacus. Good to see you out there this morning. We're going to be joined by Don Michael Victors, a world record holding memory athlete. Yeah, think about that. Who didn't start out gifted, didn't have a photogenic memory, and didn't believe his brain worked any differently than yours. Yeah, but then he went from thinking his memory was broken to memorizing 50 random words in under 20 seconds. Hey, Jimmy, I wonder if this is one of those magic juice stories or if it's legitimate. Coming up, Don Michael Vickers coming up at 7:30 with Center Stage and Sophia Grand. We're going to talk about how memory actually works, why most people misunderstand it, and why and what training your brain really looks like when you strip away the myths. Oh, dude, Jimmy, I'm just sweaty guy here, man. I extended my workout as long as I could this morning. Hence, you saw me getting into the studio later than usual because I was crushing it. And sweat's pouring down my face. I'm getting your text saying, hey, 3 minutes to the cold open as the shower's running down my head. And I'm like, oh man, I got to get down there. So sweaty face is going to get after you guys. The conversation with Don Michael Vickers is not going to be a party trick. It's about focus, discipline, and realizing you're capable. Yeah, you're capable of way more than what you've been told. Hour 2, guys, hour 2 deep dive. Yep, we'll get a couple topics for today. Today's National Spouses Day. Oh, yeah, my spouse is out of town. Looking forward to having her back today. Instead of telling you to buy flowers and call it effort, we're having a real conversation about what actually keeps a marriage from quietly drifting off course. And it might not be because of National Spouse Day. Yeah. So, because most relationships, well, Jimmy, as well as I do, they don't fall apart from one big blow up. They erode from small, unaddressed behaviors that add up over time. We're going to talk accountability, not apologies that fade, not promises that reset the clock, but accountability that turns truth into action and lets your spouse finally see consistently. Yes, instead of intent. Yes, along the way, we're going to break down how hurricanes actually get their name. That's a fun conversation today. Yes, big snowstorm down in the U.S. So we thought we'd name some fun stuff here coming up on the show. Some fun conversation with myself and John. Plus what happens inside your brain when you improvise like I'm doing right now. And why flow states feel so powerful when you finally hit the morning focus. Yes, morning focus. I got something to talk about. Hey, Jimmy, heads up, and we got these scripts here. We gotta fill these words in. Morning focus is all about what this show is all about. So get onto that one, dropping on here at the bottom of the first hour. And Kai, Jimmy, details. And when we wrap the morning in the community corner, we're gonna dig into the hidden pattern connecting burnout, dead bedrooms, and dad bods. Yep. All right, nation, let's get this thing rolling. Grab the coffee, settle in, get up, put that snooze box away. And guys, details, the morning loop in red. Oh, God. Team, hey, nation, I'm always preaching details to my team because if I don't preach them, they're going to miss them. The morning loop starts right now.
Nation, quick confession. The system benched us Friday. It said I'm a real human. Rude.
Same over here. I got flagged too. Frankie and Tommy, you carried the whole network. No panic somehow.
We didn't carry it, we duct taped it. I hosted like a substitute teacher. Tommy kept me from getting sued.
I ran quality control with this mug. Frankie tried to freestyle professionalism. I muted him with eye contact. That's leadership, fellas. Thank you for covering every segment. You saved the morning. We owe you hazard pay.
Nation, give Frankie and Tommy their flowers. Let us know in the comments. Frankie, stop smiling like you won.
All right, keys back to the adults. Frankie, hands off the controls. Morning loop starts now. Let's roll.
Yes. Hey, guys. Good morning, Sullivan. I do my best, man. I do my best. Yes. It's true, Holroyd. The details do matter, man. I'm telling you. So here's the thing, Holroyd. The details separate those that win and those that lose, and I'm serious. Absolutely serious. It's the littlest thing that the guy over there gets, the guy over there misses, and the guy wins. It's actually, and someone being neurotic, but those that are sitting in the stands miss the details. Those that are on stage get the details. So, there's a certain value in that neurosis. Good morning, Way 3 Geekend. Oh yeah, I am gay. Very happy this morning. Oh yeah, I'm very happy. I'm gay and very happy. It's a word that I grew up with. Very gay. Very gay. Yeah. Extremely happy young man growing up. Jimmy, I was Husky Happy Keith, otherwise known as Gay Husky Keith. Yeah, true story. Hey, you guys can join the show with us. 431-300. 3005 431-300-3005. Hey, Way 3 Geeked. You want to talk about my gayness? I'd be happy to talk about my gayness. So true story. I can frolic around here like the best of them. Oh yeah, happy motherfucker. Hey, comes ahead in the comments. Yep, true story. And those of you that are not watching live like Cheryl Whitaker, I'm sorry. Speaking of Cheryl Whitaker, next week, the big show from Cheryl Whitaker, 8:30 Eastern time. It's called It Starts With Joy. Speaking of joy, oh baby. Before Anderson gets in, I got something to get on the table this morning. Guys, let's just put something out there. This weekend felt like absolutely the internet put a boot on our throat. Holy smokes, did it ever. Every scroll was another disaster. And it wasn't lost upon me as I came into the lab this morning. Another headline designed to spike your heart rate. Another clip that makes you wonder if we're all just kind of losing it, man. You look left, you look right, you look front, you look back. It is just horror all around us. And I'm not going to pretend that this stuff isn't real. Nope. I'd be ignorant if I was to pretend it wasn't real. But hey, I'm going to say this. If you start your day soaked in negativity, it doesn't just ruin your mood. It quietly steals your aim. So later in the show, coming up at the bottom of the show, near the end, I got a few words for you guys. I got some positive words that'll basically give you, I hope, a shot in the arm. Not some fluffy, not some big manifesto kind of idea. No, none of that. Nope. Just real, practical, positive momentum with some words that might help you get moving. You know, kind of a reset, a reminder of what this show is actually all about, what it's for. Yeah, what it's for, and why it matters that you're here with us. Just like Holroyd joins us every single morning. You know, Wathy, Geeked, Mike Sullivan, Good Time. So if your brain's getting cooked by the news cycle, like I'm sure many of ours is, and this weekend was tough. Yeah, if you've been feeling heavy, distracted, even cynical, I have an invitation for you. And that invitation goes like this: stick around, because we're going to pull you out of that loop before you go back into your day. Yeah, true story. We're going to get into that at the bottom of the second hour during the morning focus. And I'm going to tell you right now, I got an invitation. Don't miss it. I hope there'll be some words to help you inspire yourself to be positive and go achieve some great stuff here today. All right, before we bring John Anderson in, what's going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? I see you out there, Sullivan. Yes. A great role model, eh, Sullivan? Well, I try my best. It was funny. I was talking to somebody, who did I talk to this weekend? Yeah, I get to do this. I don't have to do it. So, when you lean into that power of gratitude, oh man, that power of gratitude changes everything. Because as I was going through my morning run this morning, begrudgingly, Jimmy, begrudgingly going through my run, 45-minute run, sucked ass, dude. Like sucked the hind tit from start to finish. But reminded myself that I get to do it. And I know somebody right now who's struggling to live, not to be negative, but is in a palliative state, and it keeps you motivated that I get a chance to do this, because there are those that absolutely do not get a chance to do this. So if you're sitting back wondering what your day is going to bring you, and if you're sitting back going, I'll get started tomorrow, I'll get started next week, well then maybe that's just the reason you want to get started today. So don't wait, lean into some gratitude, because your brain can't chase gratitude and anxiety at the same time. So maybe today's the day to get started. Speaking of getting started, I see him, Jimmy. He's starting to sit in his chair and settle in. And who's that guy? Well, his name is John Anderson. There he is.
That was the upgrade I'm looking for. There we go, baby.
How are you, brother?
I'm good. Just so the team knows, the next vehicle that I buy is going to be, it's called the AMG GTR. That's the
I know the AMG. Yeah, absolutely.
So that if they want to actually, because they got the wagon correct, although they got an older wagon, but I can deal with that.
Jimmy's writing the notes. Noted. So your order has been taken, Anderson. Your order has.
He did pretty good. He literally got the same fucking. He got my motorcycle. I have two of those.
I'm telling you, man, Jimmy is not just a handsome young man and jacked. No, and multifaceted, because we know he's a switch hitter, left hand, right hand. He's actually pretty talented too. Hey, keep him around, Johnny, because he's a pretty talented young man. Yeah,
You gotta be careful what you say switch hitter in the world, brother. Where I came from up in the NorCal, you say switch hitter, you're gonna have a different set of eyes.
Hey, how was your weekend, man? I was eager to chat with you today. So I want to spend no time on it, but I just want to say, how was your weekend? Because the weekend was full of a really bad bunch of shit, and I just want to talk positive today, man. How are you?
Was it really? I had no idea it was full of bad bunch of shit.
Good. Actually, good. Good.
Yeah,
good.
That's dude. I swear to God, man, I stayed just totally insulated.
No, then good. Like, I'm serious. Good. Let's just leave it over there then. How are you?
I'm good. We had a what was it? We drove down on Saturday.
Oh yeah, you're in Mexico. No, you're no, you're not. Oh yeah, you are. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you see, this is wood behind me.
Yeah. No, I'm just,
what would be? I guess what's the word for soundproofing behind me in the other house? Yeah. So it was good. We got down here, had a good drive, and what I'm realizing that it's pretty crazy. And so, my male pit bull, he's almost 10.
Yeah.
And so he's still a fucking great looking dog, still pretty muscled up, but not compared to when he was 5. Right. It's just a big. He's still a unit.
Yeah.
But just not the same. And I make the joke, we're kind of aging together because I'm still a unit, but you take me 10 years ago, you just can't compare like the muscle. Like if you look at my bodybuilding, like pro bodybuilding stuff, the muscle fullness it was younger muscle.
Okay. Yeah.
And so we get here, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm fucking whipped, man. You know, I'm like, I just want to fucking unload and go to fucking bed. It was like 5:30, you know?
Yeah.
And anyway, because normally I get the house totally ready. You know what I mean? I'm going to be totally moved. So I wake up and everything's done.
Everything's done.
And,
you just go, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So Midas, the male pit, he gets out of the car, takes a piss, walks in the house and goes into the master bedroom. Fucking pitch dark. He knows there's a bed in there for him and lays on his bed and fucking goes to sleep. And Terry sees this and like, oh my God, something's wrong. What's he doing? I said, nothing's wrong. I want to fucking be in the bed right next to him. That's what it's pretty crazy, dude. So my point is the drive actually, you know, it affects me. It's crazy.
Yeah. Was it a good drive though? Did Terry drive all the way down?
She drives till we get to Mexico. Then I drive once we're in Mexico.
Okay.
So she's a little too much of a reactive driver, to be honest.
Yes, I've heard from you a few times.
Like, fuck, man, you can't be flipping people off and shit driving through fucking Mexicali. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. You know what I mean?
Oh man, that's funny. Hey, Johnny, did you? So I think I may have asked you this before. I don't recall, but we both grew up with Super Mario. Did you play any Super Mario growing up, like at all?
You know, I played very little. I played a little bit. But I was never, I guess two things. I was never really good enough.
Yes.
Like when I played the arcades, I was always so fucking pissed off when I'd lose that fucking game in like 2 minutes. And I think the candy bar would have taken me longer to eat than play the fucking game. So I was like, you know, you just got to stop falling for this shit. Then when it came out on Nintendo.
I
started in college. It was big in college. So I started to play it a little bit, but I never really had it myself. It was just, it was more just a social thing for me.
Yeah, there's a new Super Mario Galaxy movie coming out this summer, Johnny, and it's basically a mirror for the guy who feels upside down in his whole life. Jimmy, I think we have a clip here. Let's run this clip here, Jimmy.
Did you see the new Super Mario Galaxy trailer today? Everyone's talking about Yoshi, but they missed the real lesson.
In the Galaxy games, the gravity changes. Up is down. You get dizzy. It's chaos.
That is exactly what happens when you level up in your 40s. You start a business or have a kid, and suddenly the gravity shifts. Old rules don't work. Most men panic and quit, but Mario, he doesn't fight the gravity. He uses it to slingshot to the next planet. If your life feels disorienting right now, it just means you're leveling up. Don't crash. Find your orbit. Let's go.
We help men respawn every single day. If you're ready to beat the game this year,
smash that subscribe button. Catch Mornings in the Lab live, 8 a.m. EST.
And it's that whole idea that, you know, you grow up, well, I don't know, well, I know you grew up carrying around loaves of bread for a while, and then as you hit different points of your life, you realize that you have to change how we eat, and we can't eat and do like when we're in our 40s and 50s, we just can't do the same things that we're doing in our 20s and 30s. And at some point we learn. Some men never learn, John, but sometimes we learn. True story.
Just talking about the fucking car right here, I realize now I have to kind of plan a day for travel.
Yeah.
You know, travel. Well, I shouldn't say that. I have to plan the day for travel, and the next day has got to be kind of a recoup day.
Oh yeah.
You know, I used to fucking get off like a 13-hour fucking plane ride to Tokyo. Fucking get up and go fucking start the tour the next morning.
You know, but it makes you wonder if you just, so maybe it's because, you know, here's something for you to consider. Maybe it's because you just know. So for example, when you're doing the Japan thing, you knew that's what it was. So your brain's like, that's how it is. But now you're in this new state of life. And it's like, okay, I have a little extra time, less urgency. It's just, again, it's back to kind of using the Yoshi thing. You're in a different stage of life. It's a different sense of urgency per se.
You know, there's a lot of different things that play into this, I think. You know, I would agree with what you're saying. I think obviously there's a kind of a apex of life for sure.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you can also look at the fact that if I really wanted to fucking grind through this,
yes,
you know, I could fucking do it. but it's like I'm like the idea of doing what I do. It's a nice thought.
Yeah.
It's almost more of a fulfilled thought. I don't have to do that anymore.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's fair. That's absolutely fair.
And it's kind of hard to grab a hold of because I'm so wired. If you can do it, you do it, but you don't have to. You have this house so you can fucking enjoy it.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. I'll tell you what also happened this weekend is the NFL playoffs, work towards the Super Bowl.
Well, you got me all curious about what happened this weekend. What was so bad?
Well,
I mean, you can at least fucking headline me. Yeah.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, absolutely, I will. So somebody in Minneapolis was murdered by an ICE agent. I'm just going to say it. Murdered by an ICE agent.
What is it about Minneapolis? There's some heavy. Wasn't there another thing a few years going on where some heavy shit?
Three weeks ago, a young lady was murdered by an ICE agent. So yeah, and Nation, I'm using the word. I don't care what y'all say. Go watch the videos, man. It's clear as day to me. It's absolutely clear as day to me. There's not even any ambivalence to it. That's why I don't want to spend much time talking about it, Johnny, because it's fucking horrific. It's ridiculous. It's horrible. I support humanity, but when a citizen of your own country is murdered in cold blood, now listen.
Will that word, is that word like a bad word on YouTube?
No, but I'm just it's
okay.
It's
I just want to see if you were that passionate you're breaking the rules.
No, because there's an argument going on there that it wasn't that, and that it was now listen, all right. So if you're going to go to listen, I'm all about protesting. I'm all about peaceful.
I guess we're deeper than the headline, correct?
Yeah. Thank you. Listen, I'm all about peaceful protests. There's something to be said for society having the ability to, because I believe in free society. I believe in speaking, you have to speak. But there's also something to be said for showing up at a protest with a gun too. I just don't know if that's also if I'm going to go protest, I might bring a placard or a billboard instead of a gun. So if you bring a gun, something might put you into a situation which might be unsettling, and then shit goes sideways. But yeah, it was just a horrible situation happening out there in Minnesota, Johnny. It's a horrible situation happening across the United States right now.
Was it Minnesota where some other, like the way back when the riots started, where the first fucking police, everybody quit or some shit? I can't remember.
Yeah. There's been a lot of,
that's been like the hub of the start of the fucking shit.
Remember
like the second, I can't remember his name. George something.
George Floyd. You're bang on, brother. You're bang on. Yep. Yeah. And it's just down the road from you, right? So there's a Tinder keg of a keg, like a Tinder box of just like a box of Tinder, right, John? Just sparkling and sparkling. And the moment you put a little bit of gas on it, it explodes, and it's just a really uncomfortable situation, man. It really is. And you just ask yourself.
It's one of those times right here where you really get to test your ability to respond rather than react.
Yeah, and that's why I'm choosing how I'm speaking today. And I have a monologue for the second hour of the show, which just is reminding everyone what this show is all about. And this show is all about a safe, positive space to get up and get energy, because on a day like today, you can look anywhere, John, and pick a fight with somebody. I'm telling you. I watched, you know how sporting events do like moments of silence, like they did a moment of silence at a game in Minnesota yesterday. Well, the arena didn't do a moment of silence. It was quite embarrassing, actually, for humans.
What happened?
They invited the audience to give a moment of silence because a human died. Well, the audience did not give a moment of silence. It was jeering and political back and forth, and it just turned into a big. You're like, really, people? Can't we be better than this, John?
Well, dude, the fucking crazy part is.
Yeah.
If you look fucking close enough, there's no fucking blue and red anymore. I don't know. When you mix those two together, it's green.
Not at all.
When you mix those, is it green?
Orange.
Is that what it is?
Orange. Blue. Yeah, blue and red, orange. Yeah.
Orange. Okay, well, it's orange. And basically what that means is it's orange against the people.
It's gone now. You're
both fucking. And this is not new.
Nope.
This has fucking been here forever. They've just fucking hit it so well.
Yep. Oh yeah. 100%.
I mean, we had people fucking coming out fucking 20 years ago saying this, but nobody would fucking listen.
No, you're bang on. Well, so
I did hear a little clip about Congress passing some fucking crazy shit where it was like a really, really feuded in the news event.
Yeah,
like
well, so they're not going to
all voted together.
Yeah, so they're not going to pass funding. So apparently they're not going to pass funding coming up to continue funding ICE because of some of these incidents. Here's what's crazy.
We're talking about that. This had to do with like abortion and fucking.
Oh, that was a while back. Yeah. There's battles going on right now for values, right? For U.S. values and human values and ideals, right? So it's.
I think there was another version of those that just fucking. Last night. I always watch on Sunday afternoon. I always watch what's going to happen with markets and I stumbled across something where that was somehow in the video, and there was something that happened last night or yesterday that basically proved yet again that every color joined in the same fucking. They all voted together. It was like 200 reps roughly, and like there was 25 that were 15 that weren't voting together. Well, it should have been like this, even fucking. It should have been these rams butting heads, but it was clearly a union.
It's a messy place, and people are looking for positivity. And we invite you all to join Keith and John daily, Monday to Friday, 8:00 Eastern time, right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Coming up, Don Michael Vickers. Johnny, we got a memory expert. Now, I got to tell you something. When I found this guy, I was like, what the fuck is a memory expert? So I was wondering. So I got to be honest, wondering if it might be the magic juice thing. Just being honest, I don't think so. But just wondering. I know he's in the green room listening, but he's a memory expert, and apparently he can. Remember Kreskin, John? You remember growing up with Kreskin, the amazing Kreskin? He could read the phone book, and I know you know Kreskin.
I probably just don't remember the name, but what was
he do? Well, he would like memorize the whole phone book, or he knew just ridiculous things. You're like, how do you know that, or why do you know that? So, anyways, coming up, Don Michael Vickers, a memory expert, Guinness World Records holder, coming up in a few moments. But before we go there,
I would guarantee if he's a world record holder, Guinness is a little bit of a hustle, but I know a lot of legit.
Yeah.
One of my buddies, who's a legitimate strongman holder in records, also has legitimate Guinness books. And he said they really scrutinized what he was doing.
Oh, I bet.
My God, if the Magic Juice guy would not be in the Guinness books. So that right there, I think that's enough credibility for me to want to hear him out without fucking cocking my right hand,
Hey, before we get to this guy, I want to do this story with the Odyssey and Christopher Nolan and Reinvention a quick second. Before
you jump ahead, did Mark reach out? I talked to him on the phone yesterday. He said he was going to come.
Yeah, so I know Marty's been actively busy here. I talked to him on text on the weekend, but I know I didn't hear from him today.
I talked to him literally on the phone yesterday.
Oh, awesome! Well, that's good. That's awesome.
Said he was going to come today.
Oh, good. No, I haven't heard from him. So that's all good.
Little sucker.
Yeah. Hey, so did you also see, or maybe you didn't see, the guy on Saturday climbed to the top of the Taipei Tower without any ropes or anything? He just climbed up there.
Some of that stuff is fucking nuts,
dude. I mean. But I will tell you, I saw that he rehearsed the day before with ropes. So I was disappointed the day after. Like, dude, you practiced. Of course he practiced. But yeah, he went right to the top.
I mean, brother, every fucking major thing like that. You see, like all of the extreme sports.
Yeah.
They do that shit over and over and over before they do it, before the cameras roll.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And think about this. I mean, granted, what he did is fucking amazing. But these fucking guys climb a fucking sheer rock wall, not knowing exactly what they're going to grab. They can look at a building and say, I got these all the way up. I'm good.
How much do you think he made for that? They revealed how much he made. How many do you think he made for that? How much do you think he made?
I don't know.
Just pick a number. Just pick a number.
I can see it being fucking huge or almost nothing.
The latter.
Yeah, unfortunately,
like 500 grand. That's it.
Yeah. I mean,
like it's actually not a lot of money when you think about it. Like it's actually not a lot of money when you got a baseball guy. And I'm not judging sports, right? You got a guy making $167 million a year playing baseball, or some guy playing $50 million a year playing football, or $100 million playing hockey. He makes 500 grand for putting his life on the line to climb to the top of that building. Look at him. And that happened on Friday. Like, look at this dude. Like, no ropes. Like, just now he's at the top.
Look at the wind too, bro.
I know. Yeah. Now, he did say this. It was actually pretty funny. He's like, if I did fall, I might not die because the way the building's built, it has like balconies on the way. So he goes, I wouldn't fall right to the ground. His attitude was awesome, man. Alex Lebold is his name.
Well, if you think about that, if you're facing death,
yes,
anything shy of death is a blessing.
That was exactly his attitude. It's exactly his attitude.
I mean, I might break fucking all of my limbs, but I won't plummet to my death. That's fucking okay. I'll take the 500 instead of the 500,000 instead of the 500 million. You know.
Coming up in a couple minutes, Don Michael Vickers will join Keith and John here on Center Stage with Sophia Grant. But before we do that, hey Jimmy, I want to quickly run this, man. Yesterday, a commercial dropped. It blew the internet up for negative reasons, but I see it differently. It's about reinvention. Travis Scott reinventing himself in the Odyssey. Jimmy.
That Odyssey ad hit, and the clowning was instant. Friendly reminder, growth looks corny before it looks credible.
When you level up, your brain screams, they got you trying? That's not laziness. That's identity protection.
We're naming the pattern today. Then we're giving one rep you can do at first alarm. Stay here.
Yeah, so there was big rapper Travis Scott. They unveiled him this weekend. He's going to be in the Odyssey movie with Christopher Nolan. But John, he was being clowned because it's like you don't belong there. But yet, from his perspective, he's looking to reinvent himself, probably like you did through your journeys in life, right? So,
listen, when you're getting clowned, it just means you're doing the right thing.
I was just gonna say that's exactly it, right?
It's like, I mean, it's unnerving.
Yes,
because it makes you think, like, dude, I mean, quick snippet. I mean, I went from all in about a fucking 2-month period. I went from competing in Europe in fucking amphitheaters outside with 15,000 people, televised on Eurosport. Fucking wrestling in a high school gym with like 60 fucking people where I had more teeth than everybody in the front row. And I'm walking around there going, what the fuck? What did I do? You know, is it too late to call back? Fuck to go, you know, but you just got to realize, but it's the whole idea of, you know, because we see where we're going to go.
Yes.
Right? And that's all that matters.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I thought this was fascinating. When I saw it dropping last night, I was like, oh, okay, the internet's going to beat up on this guy. But then I said to myself, but it's the right thing then, because he's doing what people don't expect. And that is how you get ahead, because when people don't expect you, that's the way to get ahead. So you don't need a cinematic reinvention. You need consistency. And that's how you do it.
No matter how well he does.
It's true.
You're still going to talk smack.
It's true. 100%. Yeah. Hey, I learned something yesterday which fucking blew me away, man. School buses. Do you know what those 3 lines on a school bus are, Johnny?
Which 3 lines?
Like on the side of the bus. I'm sorry. There's actually there's 3 black lines on the bus, right? You got see the one right by the tires there?
One just below the window. Then there's one attached to nothing. Then the one that goes to the wheel well. Those 3.
I did not know this. Those lines are reinforced, but they also let firefighters know where to cut in case of an accident. So the bottom one is the floor. The second one is the top of the seats, and the top one is the top of the seats. So if if kids are trapped in there and you got to cut the bus off, you know where to cut.
So you think, am I going to cut them am I going to cut their feet off, or am I going to cut their legs off?
Yeah, but it's fascinating because when you look, I've always wondered this, but there's the reason. So when you see that black line, that's the floor of the bus. I know something so simple that I've seen buses my entire life, but I did not know this until yesterday. Did you?
But it just goes to show the little things that we see all the time. That mean so much that we have no fucking clue of.
So true, man. So true. So I thought that so I guarantee you, anybody looking at school buses today or after this episode are going to be looking at them differently, because you're like, oh, that's what it looks like. So, all right. Hey guys, you guys can join the show that's coming up in the second hour. 431-300-3005. Come say hi in the comments. We got Sullivan out there. We got Holbert out there. We got Wayfeet Geeks out there. We got Spartacus out there. We got Jimmy out there. We got Good Time out there. And of course, guys, in the second hour, we'll open up the phone lines, or next week, Brianna Bass. If you got a text question, you got a question for Brianna, drop me a question. We'll get it off to Brianna Bass.
Dude, I'm still looking forward to her coming back when I'm actually fucking awake. Holy shit. She's a fun one to talk to.
She is. Oh, she's got energy, man. She's so she's actually you and me in a bundle, but even more with her neuroticism. She's great. She's after the show. She's just analyzing and picking and wanting to do better. You'll love this. Always wanting to just say, what can I do to do better? I'm like, Brianna, you're pretty good. Because what can I do to do better? Like, she's just striving to get better. I love that, right? Just striving to get better.
Well, you know, I was actually thinking about as well. She might actually. Am I blurry again? I know how to fix that.
A little bit, yeah.
Ben taught me. He says, look, so I put my fingers up there, focuses, and I bring it back.
Yes.
Should be better. Is it better?
There you go. Yes, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, Ben's like, I'm getting really tired of having to log out and log back in. We got to figure this out. But she might be the conduit because she understands what the most common problem is, probably far better than the fucking, researching the internet.
Yeah.
We got to ask her, look, what are the top 3 problems that you deal with? And maybe take a show and break each one of those down or something.
Oh, I agree. You know what the thing is with her, as I'm learning, is that there's so much stuff we can talk about with her. Right. So, and right now it's every second week. And I'm thinking, hey, maybe we'll go down every week. But there's so much great conversational content. I know you love your wife. I know I love mine. And just the idea of being strong in our relationships and the stuff that she throws on the table, I think only adds great value. And,
here's a thought. It'd be great to have her every week, but we know exactly what happens when someone commits to that. They run out of wind much faster.
100%. We're on the same page. That's why I'm not rushing there. I'm just walking. We're walking nicely. Tell you where we're walking towards, Johnny. We're walking towards the memory expert himself, Don Michael Vickers. Hey, Sophia Grant. Set this one up and let's get the show on the road with Mornings in the Lab with Keith.
We've all been there, nation. You meet someone, then forget their name 10 seconds later and feel stupid. And let's be frank, it's not just names. It's passwords, meetings, finer details, and the fear that your brain is slipping. Well, we're all in luck. We've got a world record-holding memory athlete in the lab. Yes, nation, that's a thing. Don Michael Vickers trains memory like an athlete trains for strength and mobility. This guy holds a world record for memorizing 50 random words perfectly in 32.42 seconds. He can take a full deck of cards and memorize the exact order in about 25 seconds. And this year, he's competing in the Memory League World Championship as one of the top 16 memory athletes globally. But he didn't start as the guy with insane memory skills. In 2020, he truly believed he had a poor memory. He was a hockey player who lost vision in one eye. Determined to rebuild his edge after hockey ended, he discovered memory sports and found a new competitive outlet. Today, he's on a mission to prove memory isn't a gift. He calls photographic memory BS. Memory is a skill anyone can learn. Nation, get ready for an awesome conversation. Don, welcome to the big show. Can you remember my first line?
This guy joining us today can memorize 50 random words. Johnny, only 50? Like 1 out of 100. Faster than you can clean your shoes. He's a world record holding memory athlete who used to think he had a terrible memory and that it was just over 4 years ago. Today, we're going to talk about how your photographic memory is apparently bullshit. Let's bring him up. Don Michael Vickers this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. What's going on, Don?
Hey, good morning, Keith. Good morning, John.
How are you, man?
Don, what's up, bro? How are you?
Doing pretty well. Yeah, I like the intro there. Your guy has a lot better hairline than me, but I'll take it.
Where are you joining us from, Don?
I'm in City Mines, Nova Scotia, Canada.
Okay. Yeah. How's the? I know the weather's been pretty crazy down in the States over the last few days here. What's weather like where you are?
It was supposed to be pretty bad here. I was a little bit nervous actually that I wouldn't be able to make this because of a power outage, but fortunately, nothing too crazy yet.
Yeah. So, memory expert knocked on your door. I was telling John we have one of our colleagues, Anne, who's out there knocking on people's doors and trying to find great, interesting guests. And we came across you and saw your profile. And I'm like, memory expert, Guinness World Records memory expert. What the hell does that mean, Don Michael Vickers?
Just to clarify, it's a Memory League World Record, but I've been competing for about 5 years now, and just kind of getting on to what John had said earlier there. I remember that I think there was this guy Kreskin, and
yes,
he said he couldn't remember the name, and that's sort of what I bet you John could remember this guy's face. So the comparison I like to use a lot is, and I'm sure John will appreciate it, is I think when it comes to memory, we lift with our arms and not our legs. So what we like to do often is we just encode the information in more of a visual way, because humans are really good at remembering images, but we're not so good at the abstract information. So that's sort of the comparison I use, is we need to lift with our legs, not our backs, when it comes to memory.
Well, brother, check this out. and I have no idea if this is like correct or what most efficient, but when I've got a few different things that I use if I have to remember something, like, but ultimately I try to use associations because associations really help me. So like, if it's a PIN number, nowadays, like they'll text you a PIN, enter the PIN. So to come on my phone, I got put up here 4 numbers, a piece of cake. But these fuckers are getting long now, sometimes 8. So if I was to do them one at a time, don't have a shot.
Yeah.
If I do them in twos, because I can usually look at it and see if it's odd or even. If it's even, I'll turn to football numbers.
Okay.
And like my mind will go to, 85 Willie Gault of the 85 Bears,
Yeah.
Fucking
No
random
shit.
Yeah, 8 it'll be, 16 Joe Montana, and I can remember boom, 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 boom. If it's not even, if it's odd, I'll turn it into a phone number, right?
Okay.
So, but it's really just coming down to taking that, what seems to be confusing to me, and creating an association. Is there some validity to this?
So hold on, Don, before you answer that, I'm just learning something here. So Johnny, you see 4 numbers and you think Galt, Montana, 8516. You don't think 8516, you think 2 names. Am I hearing you correctly?
Well, yes, but realistically, I don't have to say the names because I just know that those
No,
numbers.
but that's how your brain thinks. And Don, is that how it works?
It's actually not far off.
Really?
I use it too.
It started. I'm sorry to interrupt real quick. It started in high school because, in high school, your football team's like the holy grail. And by the time you're a senior, everybody has their number. So the numbers of everybody in your team. That's how it started, was my football. Now I can't fucking remember my high school football team, but I can remember my favorite NFL players.
Don.
So he's actually pretty close to being very similar to what I do for memorizing numbers. So he kind of hit it right on the spot for me. So, for example, mine 99 is Wayne Gretzky. So memorizing numbers.
That's right on, baby.
I'll go like so the first 2 digits when I memorize numbers. So I'll memorize 4 in a location. I'll get into the locations later. So the first is a person, and the next is an action. So 99 is Wayne Gretzky and 12 is Aaron Rodgers. So if I had 99-12, I'd see Wayne Gretzky throwing a football.
Oh, yeah.
But if I had 12-99, it would be Aaron Rodgers passing a puck.
Really?
Yeah. And so
you're taking what I've done and you've just supercharged it, much more complex.
Pretty much.
That might be, I could see if I worked on that could come fairly, I don't know how quickly it'd come, but I could see how that would take my game and really step it up, because every once in a while I'll fucking choke to place a number, with fuck, what I mean? I don't, some numbers that just are very uncommon that don't just come to mind.
Yeah. And I kind of have it like in different categories. So my 10-19 are sports players. 0-09 is all people that I know. 20-29 are wrestlers. 30-49 are Pokemon. 50-59 are celebrities. 60-60.
How do you do the celebrity?
So for example, 50 Cent is 50. That just kind of makes
Jesus Christ. Okay.
easily.
Okay,
and then
fine.
I just kind of picked 9 random ones. It wasn't the most structured, I guess, structured chaos, but so I just have 9 celebrities there, and they're 50-59, and like 11 is Julio Jones. So so I'm a Falcons fan.
That might be one that would come into my mind too, possibly. It would be obscure, but I've used him before.
But it's meaningful to us, right? So if you're not a big football fan, and I said, if I was training somebody and said, okay, 11's Julio Jones, who's Julio Jones, right? So that's not meaningful to them, but it's meaningful to us.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing the numbers, so I'll have 18 locations, and that will give me the first 76. So I'll see the first 4 digits, I'll throw them in location, and I'll make it linear. The last 8, I will just have to memorize with rote memory. But the first, I'll go to 18 locations, I'll have 72. And then when I go back through those locations, I'll see my images and I know what the numbers are.
Dude.
Well, it's great. Now that we go deeper into this, if I'm looking at a longer number, which is rare, I will pick shit out in there. Like if I see, like let's say there's a 500, right? It's somewhere in there. I'm like, fuck, how am I going to do this? Like I think of that. I've squatted that for 26.
Oh, wow.
So I kind of get away from those numbers. And now that you say this, it's very rare, but I will take random things that connect. And something that has to do with like my own personal achievement, it's never going anywhere.
Oh, exactly. And if we can relate to something to ourselves, it's going to stick way more. So that's really the key to memory, is to attach meaning to something that is a bit abstract.
Don,
So
did you
if
say
I was to
wrestler?
take my system, try to apply it more towards me, it would become more a system. I'm excuse me, more
I'm
efficient
not
system.
sure if I can keep giving John these tips. I don't want him to join the next championship and take me out.
He's gonna have to show up for the
He's
next
got the idea
championship.
really well.
We know John's next career. He's going to be a fucking memory expert. Hey, Don, did you say wrestler? Did you say you associate names and numbers with wrestlers? Did you?
Yeah, and I just got to have like some random ones from 20 to 29. So 20 Undertaker, 29 Shawn Michaels. So getting back, if I had say 2029, I'd see like the Undertaker doing the sweet chin music. So
Dude, you're awesome. So here's the question: Who's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time in your opinion?
I think
Jimmy gets
Shawn
one
Michaels
right.
would be number 1 and Kurt Angle would be number 2.
Oh, I got
Who
one
was
for
number
you.
one? I missed number
Shawn
one.
Michaels.
Who was it? Who?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels. No, I mean, there's no question he's at the top. I mean, he was one of the guys they put some of the young guns in with, like, okay, this guy can't fucking work yet. Shawn will make him look great to get him over, you know?
And Kurt Angle is certainly a stud. Yeah. I'm going to offer one up. I think one of the greatest of all time, and John knows how much I love this guy. Jimmy, let's throw him up here, man. The greatest of all time is...
Every time I see myself on camera, man, I just get... I actually find myself getting better looking.
He was the
every
greatest
day of
on
my life.
stick. No
Don't
question.
talk about me.
Woo! Yeah,
That'll be me if I can manage to pull off another upset here in the Memory League World Championship. That'll be me after the match.
We want to see you give a Ric Flair go, woo!
Yeah, that will definitely
So Don,
happen.
tell Keith and John where the discovery happened. But I don't want the obvious answer because that's the obvious question. Hey, how did you discover your memory stuff?
Yeah.
Take us to the path where all of a sudden you start recognizing there's these moments behind the moments that you're like, something's a little, I got to lean into this. Where was that, Don?
So basically, it was I was working a job 2019. So I'm a safety advisor, and one of the things I had to do is I had to go for this mine drive and learn the different locations in the mine. That was part of the orientation, and I struggled so much with this. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I had to study, and I had to literally study for this, and I still struggled with it. And then later on that year, it came around to COVID time, and I was just looking for ways to improve my memory, and I stumbled upon this documentary called Memory Games. I'm not sure if it's still on Netflix, but
No shit. I got to check that out. This has got me so intrigued, brother.
So I saw these people memorizing these long string of numbers, memorizing deck of cards. I was like, all right, this is bullshit. They can't do that. And I was looking up.
My real quick, the first exposure I ever had to this was basically my dad. He was my stepdad, but he was my true dad, the one who he really shaped me. And he was like really wise. I mean, he graduated MIT in 3 years. He said one of the things that, and he was a chemical engineer, something to do with that point they're using trains to transport chemicals and shit. So they would send 100 cars in front of him, train cars, and to have a number. And he would have to fucking memorize all of those and then walk somewhere and write that shit down. And it was, I believe it was him that gave me the idea of association with those numbers.
Yeah. And like I said, that's, if we can give meaning to something that doesn't have meaning, we have a way better chance of remembering it.
Dude, you've got me, Mike. You got me way intrigued, dude. Way intrigued.
So Don, I'll tell you something. We've learned on this show the power of interest, because when you're interested in something, you probably can achieve anything. And I mean anything. And I mean anything.
Listen to this.
And I think
this is a
definitely
funny
helped me
little
out
fucking
here.
story. You guys are gonna love this. So
Anderson, where you go?
Where this served me the best was, so in college, right? It's, I'm out in bars picking up chicks, right? And in those days, you're basically going out getting numbers and getting numbers of chicks, right? So one of my lines was, I said, look, give me your number just one time, but give it to me slow, and I'll remember. And they're looking at this big dumb motherfucker's never done it. And just the way that I was so confident saying it was almost kind of a sexual one time.
And you always got it, didn't you?
I could can a number. I could can 6 numbers in a night. I named them in my mind. not their real name. I would never, the real name didn't work. There was like, I would have these nicknames for them. You know, like if she was an older chick, like she was one of the chicks was 30. So I in my mind, she was Dirty 30. And I remember Dirty 30's name.
Hey, Don, so can you remember anything, Don, or is it just numbers? Like, can you remember any, like for the most part, does your memory allow you to remember everything? Or again, is it purely numbers?
No, like, and even in Memory League itself, we have lots of different events. So we have numbers, words, cards, names, international names, which are really fun.
Yeah.
And images. So there's lots of different events, and the skills kind of apply in different ways. So I like to use it at work when I'm doing a speech. So usually I have to do a little speech for the crew at the beginning of the day, and I don't like to use notes. So I like to just go in and just kind of have an idea of what I want to talk about. And like I mentioned earlier, I put the numbers in a location. Well, when I do my speeches, I'll have one idea in one location. I don't have it verbatim, just like idea 1, idea 2, idea 3, idea 4. It just keeps going and going. And then I can make eye contact with the crew, see how everybody's doing, and just try to deliver my speech with a bit more confidence than, and plus it's just boring when people are just reading off the sheet, right?
Dude, this is awesome, man. This is
question.
Awesome.
I got a question. So, and I've kind of experienced this before, but I'm curious if this is something for you too. Like in the moment before I'm trying to capture a number, there is no question. I have to fucking believe I can do it. I can tell if I have the confidence in that second before. And it's sometimes if I'm not ready, like, and it happened when I was going back to the number story. That's where I discovered, like, in the beginning, sometimes I was fuck it up. And so if I wasn't ready, I would tell them, and I would just say, wait 1 second. Okay. And I get my mind like, yes, you can do this. And it was totally doable. Mm-hmm. If I wasn't in that space, I would fuck it up almost every time. Is there do you find that your belief in that moment is a huge part of it?
Absolutely. And I think that's been part of the reason I've been more successful this tournament compared to others. Like, so I was coming in as the number 8 in this tournament, and I've clinched at least 3rd. And I think it's just been a bit more confident in this tournament so far. It's just basically when I had played the number 1 seed last year, I had a really close game with him. I ended up losing 5-3, 4-2, but it gave me a bit of confidence that I can hang with the big guys here.
Yeah.
And so just going in, and even in practice now, I'm pretty confident. So I'm sure John will appreciate this too. So I'm always just trying to go a bit above what I can when I'm in practice. So if I'm like 70% accurate in practice, so for example, like my comfortable pace in numbers probably around like 15, 16 seconds to do 80, but in practice I'm trying like 12, 11, and I might get like 60, 80 correct, but in practice that's fine. So I'm just trying to push myself to grow, perceive the numbers a bit quicker, because we're not just dealing with memory on Memory League, as odd as that sounds. We're dealing with perception, because even the average memory athlete there can memorize a deck of cards in a minute, but the top can do it in under 20 seconds. So the difference isn't memory. The difference at the top is perception and how we can encode the information quicker.
Wow.
Don Michael Vickers, that with a deck of cards? Could you, like, if we just flopped them out, could you remember them? Pull them off the counter, you could remember what came out in order?
No, I'd have to. So I have a system. So I look at the cards 3 at a time. So a little bit similar to what I mentioned with the numbers, where I go person, action. But with cards, I go person, action, object. And I also use a 4-color deck because I wanted the perception to be quicker, because I had a match there one time and I was trying to really push cards at the time, and I was aiming for 23 seconds, and what messed me up was I had the 2 of spades and the 2 of clubs. So I just had that misreading. So I switched to the 4-color deck to prevent that. And so I have, like, for example, my 5 of clubs is Link from Zelda because he wears green. Mario is the 3 of hearts because he's red.
Yeah.
So nice. I just go with that. Sonic the Hedgehog, he's the 10 of diamonds because in that deck, the 10 of diamonds is blue. So if I get, say, the 3 of hearts, 5 of clubs, 10 of diamonds, it would be Mario swinging the sword at one of the rings like Sonic has.
Yeah.
And then I'll put that in that location. So a little bit similar to numbers, but I just added a little bit extra step, and I've tweaked the deck to use the 4-color deck just to improve my perception of it.
Love it.
So cool. Memory League world champion Don Michael Vickers hanging out with Keith and John this morning on Mornings in Live with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, but I'm gonna teach you something, Don. And I figured I'd put something on the table here for you to take away from today's conversation. I thought this was pretty fascinating. So, Johnny, we're going to teach Don something. Jimmy, let's run this, man. Hey, before we go, hey, Don, how many people live in the world today, do you think?
9 billion.
Sterling Preston, let's set it up.
This visual capitalist mapped 8.2 B people in one image. It's a brain slap. The shapes change how you think.
India's huge. Nigeria's rising fast. The point isn't trivia. It's where demand and competition move next.
If you're building skills or a business, this matters. We'll translate the map into opportunities, not nostalgia.
So 8.2 billion people.
Okay.
And
I was a little bit high.
Yeah, but I
Not
thought
a bad guess though, brother. The crazy part is half of the motherfuckers live in India.
Well, actually, yeah. So if there's a visual here, I don't know if we have the visual, but there's a visual map that shows it all here. That's what I was hoping to show everybody here, because that opener didn't really say very much. But it actually, we have so India is 1.5 billion, China 1.4 billion. Then you got the next tier along the way here. But I wanted to show you a visual so you, as the memory expert, could actually see what it all looks like here. But that's okay. We'll keep it rocking and rolling here this morning on the big show here. What about Don? What about folks that forget anniversaries? We're talking today about National Spouse.
I could use some fucking help with that one, guys.
Yeah.
It took me fucking 20 years to get that one straightened out.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest here. The best bet is just put in your calendar, man.
That's what I did. I when this comes, I go to the book to next year and I put it in right then and there.
But I could even you could have some imagery for a month. Let's say it's December. You could see Santa Claus, and let's say it's December 8th. I don't know if you're familiar with hockey. You could see Alexander Ovechkin. So you could see Santa Claus and Alexander Ovechkin December 8th.
Oh, yeah. I love how you're always linking numbers to athletes, dude. I never thought about that.
I'm a sports guy, so.
Yeah.
I'm feeling kind of fucking smart with this one, because I've been saying that jokingly, but at the same time, down deep, I'm like, fuck, this is something I just kind of figured out by myself. Now we got an expert talking about, a souped up version of what I've been doing my whole life. What a fucking this is
pretty
a cool
much
experience.
Is it. Names are a little bit different, where what we try to do is we look at something on their face and try to associate the name with the face. So let's say if I get James, I think James Bond, I'll see a gun. And if they have a big nose, I'll put that gun on their nose.
Really?
Yeah. So you hear that all the time from people, right? I can remember.
But I'm just kind of speechless because I've never thought about the way you're breaking it down. Like you discovered the skill. So here's a question for you, Don. And forget, I'm going to ask it. Don, are you dyslexic, or have you been diagnosed with dyslexia?
No, I'm not dyslexic. I'm a very good speller.
No, because I asked that because John is. So
okay.
and John has
one of fucking many, probably.
Yeah, but I bring it up, Don, because John has worked really hard to work with numbers, work with words, and to hear you use strategies. It sounds very much like the things that I can see the smile on John's face, his interest in this, because I've gotten to know the guy long enough that you're teaching him things like, holy fuck, I can learn some shit from this guy.
And I think that is key, is the interesting. So when I first started learning about all this, and the first time it took me to memorize the deck of cards was 10 minutes, and then I slowly got up to eventually got to 2 minutes. I was like, oh, I'm pretty good at this. And then I just saw the competitions and I just really enjoyed it. I'm just having a blast with it, doing it. So I think and I enjoy each event. Like you'll see some competitors say, I don't want to touch international names. That's hard. Or I just enjoy every event and I like to mix it up. And I think that's part of my strength, is having that balance and just really enjoying the sport.
Yeah. That's fascinating. That's absolutely fascinating. Johnny, question?
The other question I would have so another method that I use, like early on, we didn't have this problem, but all of a sudden we get these fucking phones where you meet people and you're putting contacts in your phone. Now I have probably 7,000 contacts in my phone. I'm like, I'm like, fuck, I can't remember any of these fucking people. So I was like, I got to have a system for this. So now I won't put their name. I'll put their name at the end. But it's going to be some sort of a phrase about them. It's some sort of an association that I have about that person. And then that's what will allow me to, because I like, oh, I need to reach out to that guy. Well, I can't fucking remember his name. The contact's no good to me. So I create some sort of a phrase about an association I have with that person, kind of like you're talking about their face and James Bond and the gun. But that's what I use as a method on my phone. Do you have a way to tune that up?
Yeah, I think just kind of getting back to what I was saying with remembering the name. So let's maybe add something to that. So we want to, maybe if you have like an important client, you might want to remember something about them. Maybe they have 2 kids or something like that. Then maybe that's an important aspect. Maybe you're a financial advisor, something along those lines. But let's add a characteristic to it, right? Maybe it's something that they provide you. Maybe it's IT. Now we can see like imagine like a computer, them typing on a computer, fixing a problem, and just trying to make it stick. Maybe they're frustrated with a problem and now they smash the computer. Now we're adding a bit of animation. We're adding a bit of emotion to it. Now we're making it really pop.
Yeah, because emotions are real easy to remember.
Exactly. And like you were saying earlier, if we add our personal experience, that's emotional to you. So you're not going to forget that. You don't need any technique. You're going to remember that. So the more we can add those sort of things, the better chances we're giving our memory. And I hear that with people, I have a bad memory. I haven't thought that, right? But we have to give our memory the tools. It's the encoding stage that we can really help the memory. And we look at the retrieval stage, but we need to look at the encoding stage more and practice that. And like I said earlier, with the comparison of lift with your legs, not your back, and that's what we have to do with memory.
What a great
analogy! It's kind of like someone that says, I'm weak.
Yeah.
Well, you're not eating right. And you've never gone to the gym. Of course, you're weak.
Yeah, and I think it's a great comparison. I think it's very similar to getting stronger physically and getting stronger with my memory, and that's sort of that mindset of the gym has actually helped me in Memory League. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm always trying to go just a little bit faster than what I can handle. Right? Because if I go to the gym and I just lift the same weights and the same reps every time, you're going to stay at that level.
It's got to be different, a new sensory.
Yeah, maybe it's adding 1 rep. Maybe it's adding. I love those little 2.5 pound weights. Right.
Keep those too.
Just adding that little bit extra, right, makes a difference.
Well, so it's interesting because Johnny's like, Keith loves those too. It's true because I like the metaphor of it because those 2.5 pounds. No, so just a heads up there, Don. John doesn't play with what do they call it? The 2.5 cents. He goes.
I'm basically 45s and 25s.
Yeah, he's 45 and 25. He has no time for the 2.5s there, like you and I have there.
I don't use 10s.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Vickers. Here's what I love with 2.5, right? Because you look at how small this little thing is. Completely could destroy your whole day, right? Because you're on the bench at 225 or 250. You add those little fucking pennies on each side, and you're like, oh my god, I can't do it. And it's just one of those kind of those honest makers, I call them. Hey Don, before you go, man, I got to ask you. I know when I invited you to the show, you were a little bit kind of curious and puzzled as to why. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, look at you, man. You're a memory expert, and I know that I was excited to have you on the show here today to learn from you. What was this? What you were expecting when I brought you in here? Did it work out to be as good as it was for you as it was for us?
Pretty much exactly what I had imagined, to be honest.
That's awesome. That's cool.
No surprises today.
Where are you off to today after the show?
Actually, I'm going to the gym.
Nice.
Baby.
There. I have to get the windshield on my car repaired.
Yeah.
And it just so happens to be the gym's right next to it, so it works out good today. Then
beautiful.
I'm going to pick up the stepdaughter from school. So busy day.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Where can folks find you, connect with you, learn from you, how to become a digital memory expert? And if John wants to learn more from you, how can we connect with you, brother?
So you can just look up my name on YouTube.
Yeah.
Also, I have a TikTok, DMV Memory Tips.
Awesome.
My LinkedIn there. There's also vickersmemoryconsulting.com, which is a work in progress, but that's something I started working on in December there.
Good for you, brother.
That's awesome. That's
awesome.
Awesome.
Trying to get a little side gig on the go in addition to my normal job.
Awesome. Coming up, Lifestyle Tip with Anderson and Resetting Hour 2. Before you go, Vickers, we got one of our resident co-hosts here in the lab here. His name's Dr. John Petrocelli. He's a bullshit professor, and he hangs out with us every single day here, and he joins the show on Fridays. He's tuning in right now. He's in the comments. Most autobiographical memories are reconstructed memories. Photographic memory is usually bullshit. Thoughts on that, Don?
I agree 100%.
Yeah, well, good, because the bullshit professor telling you that. And then with enough deliberate practice, most people can reach up to well over 100 in the reverse digit span. But then the digit span test, he talks about, Don, random numbers stated 1 per second, wait 20 seconds, and repeat numbers in reverse order. Does that make any sense to you?
I'm trying to figure out the end part, but what he said with deliberate practice, yeah, absolutely. I think deliberate practice is what has made me one of the top athletes.
Yeah. Well, deliberate is the key word, isn't it? Because you're being intentional with your interests and you're winning because of it.
Yeah, and it's very focused. It's like, okay, I know I want, like, I don't want to make it so that I completely fail, but if I'm going at a level of intensity that I'm getting about 70% accuracy in my training, then I know that it's being effective.
Awesome. Hey, Johnny, this is fascinating. Anderson, I didn't know where this was going to go when we brought it in here today, but this was awesome because it was everything that I would not have learned. I knew nothing about this. I learned everything for the last 35 minutes. You too?
Yeah, it was fun. That's all. I mean, that's all like a fun conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Don Michael Vickers, thanks for joining us this morning, man. A lot of love from me in Manitoba, Johnny in California, to our friend out in Nova Scotia. You come back and hang out with us again sometime, okay?
All right. Thanks for having me, guys. Take care.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Same to you.
Awesome. All right, Don's out of here. We're going to do Lifestyle Tip with Anderson. Come back, reset hour 2. Then we're going to get to National Spouses Day. Stop buying flowers and start whatever you're doing with your wife instead. Let's do it. Lifestyle Tip with Anderson coming up right.
All right. Well, there's a bunch of heavy shit that went on this weekend. And this is one of those times where you got to kind of make a line in the sand. You have to decide when something like this, hits the world, hits you, hits all of us. Are you going to respond or react? Sometimes it's very difficult for people to respond. What I mean by that is respond in a way that's respectful, respond in a way that's constructive. Let this experience make you a better person, a better leader. Because the only thing you can really do is lead by example. You start acting out and start doing dumb shit, now you're part of the problem. So that might be a great way to kind of summarize this. In a situation like this, are you going to respond or react? It's kind of like saying, are you going to be part of the solution or are you going to be part of the problem? Because acting out, most people think that that's helping. Now you're just one of them. Rock and roll.
Welcome back to Hour 2 of Mornings in the Lab with Keith John. And friends, we just wrapped up a fun conversation with Don Michael Vickers. He blew it up about the idea of bad memory. True story. It was a fun, fascinating conversation. Guys, if you don't have any memory, well, go back and listen to those last 35 minutes with myself and John and Don Michael Vickers. We learned a ton. And we put it onto the show here. We talked about how memory actually works, why talent is overrated, and how training your brain looks a lot more like discipline than genetics. Coming up, Hour 2, National Spouses Day happening right now. And instead of flowers and surface level gestures, we're going to go deep on accountability in marriage. We missed some topics on current events and breaking news in the first hour. We're going to get on this hour with myself and John. No apologies, no promises, just a big conversation coming up right now on the deep dive, because Hour 2, Jimmy, it starts right now.
Fellas, let's do a gut check. If nothing changes in your marriage, where is it headed?
Gut check? That's a gut punch, my friend. I'll tell you where it leads. Mediocrity or divorce.
And when guys realize that, they default to explaining, defending, and promising instead of changing their behavior.
I did that a lot, and it cost me my marriage. Yes, John, I was married. No, Sterling wasn't the reason for the breakup.
Fellas, your partner doesn't need explanations. She needs consistent, visible follow-through. Some of you are trying, showing up, saying sorry, and still hearing, I don't trust you. That's exhausting.
But we've got you. Keith, John, let's talk about marriage accountability, setting aside ego, and making the necessary changes for better relationships.
Nicely done, boys. Nicely done, boys. Hey, let me ask you guys something real this morning. If nothing changes in your marriage, honestly, where does it end up in 1 year from now? Today, we're talking about marriage accountability, not vibes, not flowers. Today is National Spouses Day, and not apologies that fade, but owning choices, keeping word, and, well, letting your real life be seen so trust can grow instead of quietly eroding. Hey, John, so apparently today is National Spouses Day. I did not know that until Kai told us that it is here today. And so what does that mean for you? I know you don't get caught up in these things like I don't, but, why do you think so many men, John, miss out on this whole idea of regular daily love for our wives? And then what we do is we go, oh, today's the day I got to do something.
Well, I think we've become the society of these checkpoints.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And
by the way, I was just to revert. That was a good little segment with the boys, but Sterling wasn't the reason for the breakup. He was the breakup. Let's be honest.
Oh, it wasn't the dog. It wasn't the little dog. When you apologize to Terry, I'm sorry, or if I apologize to Lauren, does it go away immediately, or do we have to work hard to rebuild that accountability around the I'm sorry?
I guess it depends on what you're apologizing for.
I guess so, right? Yeah. But then we have good intentions, but then those apologies, and then they fail without structure. Like, what I mean by that is that if I fuck up, or if you fuck up, it's easy to say sorry, but if there's no structure around the apology, it doesn't really matter, does it? Like, it just, you're back to that. I guess I'm buying flowers again because I fucked up again and again and again.
Well, I think it's the saying you're sorry. Oh, I'm all foggy. Again. Hold on. Let's see if we can get this back. Did it work?
Yeah, no, kind of, not really.
Well, we'll have to deal with it. I think it's like we've all dealt with that person in business. He fucks up, it'll be like, my fault. And okay, that's great. It's your fucking fault.
Yes.
Once. But you don't get to play that fucking card again.
Well, that's why. Yes.
My fault. Because in business, now we're taking emotion out of this. I'm kind of going from business to a personal life.
Yep.
So in business, okay, I'll deal with that once. Next time it's your fault, you come with your fucking middle of fault with the fucking solution of how you're going to fix this.
Yes.
You don't ask for my fucking time to do it. I told you how to do it. You chose not to follow the system.
Well,
so
the system.
You put in the extra fucking time. You do what you were supposed to do. You fix this shit, and don't come back to me next time with it's my fault, not fucking following the system, right? So that's where kind of now all of a sudden you go into the personal life. It's like, okay, emotions are a different deal. But I just want to see that inch forward, right? It's like, okay, because there's no systems don't really work around emotions as cleanly as business. So what I look for, even in myself, is, okay, yes, I fucked this up again, but was it a little bit better than last time? And did I move forward a little bit? If there's progress, that's a different type of an apology, taking accountability, versus if it's the same exact fucking thing with no actual forward progression, especially if there's no effort. That's not okay.
Well, I like how you've put that, because, accountability, when you think about it, John, when one becomes accountability, it adds a system to truth, which then leads to change, right? So, so in a Keith and John relationship, you break my trust, for example, but then you step up and take accountability with some systems. More than likely, it's going to lead you down a path of truth to change, and I'm going to rebuild that trust in you. It's the exact same thing you said, that you can talk, but unless that, you got to add a system to that accountability, right? I fucked up. I don't know. I cheated, or whatever one did to cause mistrust in the relationship. Taking accountability is one thing, but if there's no structure around that accountability, you're probably going to fucking make the same mistake again.
Yeah, I mean, and that's part when you take accountability.
Yes.
And then it's the individual's responsibility to put effort into that situation to make sure that the exact same thing doesn't happen again.
Correct. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Give me a fucking step in any direction other than backwards, and I'll even if it's a lateral step, I can see that there was effort made. I can deal with that.
Yeah.
But 0 steps or stepping back, well, fuck. Now it's a different deal.
I'm with you.
Your accountability and your apology means fucking nothing.
Exactly.
You don't care enough to put anything into this.
Producer Kai coming in saying the cheat code is genuine accountability and food. Not just flowers, but accountability and food. Feed the heart, feed the belly. Obviously.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. So obviously, some not only flowers, but add some food to the equation. Which and maybe there's something to be said for that, right? Food creates an emotional connection to spend time with somebody when you're eating together.
Yeah, I mean,
never thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in my mind, I see that as kind of a Band-Aid, but at the same time, I guess at the same, but I really break that down and I see that there are methods that I would use that are not food that would kind of have the same outcome.
I would use my loving.
Your what?
I would use my loving.
I was gonna say that would be an angle for sure.
100%. So, guys, today is National Spouses Day. Real
quick on that level, one thing what I had to learn about this was position where I'm saying sorry and I'm taking responsibility. I had to really fucking think, okay, is this effort that I'm going to put into this situation going to be clearly recognized or not? Because if it's not, I need to call attention to, hey, I'm going to do this. It might be in the dark, so you might not see it, but this is what's going to happen for this.
Oh, yeah.
My action is going to be visible. I won't worry about because that's the issue. Like if someone's putting in the work and you don't know, excuse me, that's really fucking cool. But if you don't know, you don't fucking know, and you don't think they're doing it, it's fucking heartbreaking.
You know who's putting in the work and we didn't know? Tamara Walcroft, breaking the woman's deadlift record. Check this out, brother. You'll be inspired by this. 640-pound deadlift by this young lady. Check this out, man. This is beast mode. I think you'll appreciate this. Give me some feedback. Comment.
She's at the Arnold. That's an elephant bar. She's been fucking breaking records for probably the last 6 or 7 years. Yeah.
That's a beast, isn't it, Johnny? Like, she's beast, man. Like, look at that. I was so inspired by that thought.
Yeah, she's a big girl, and the crazy thing is, there's probably 5 other chicks they're all in a group. Any one of them could be passing this record at any point.
Really?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Really?
She's one of a crew. Like there's a couple from, I haven't followed that closely lately, but I know that there's a couple from the US, there's a couple from the UK that are all just battling for that. And that's the way it works. One will break it, then it steps up the game. The other breaks it, it just does this.
That's really cool, man. That's like, I saw that and I was like, that's beast, man. And what did you say? She was on what kind of bar, John? Is it an elephant bar, did you say?
Elephant. So that was at the Arnold.
Okay.
So elephant bar, it's an extra long bar.
Okay.
And what that means is you couldn't quite tell it's only 600 pounds. I mean, for a chick, that's huge. But for the dudes,
yes,
when you got 1,000+ pounds on there,
yes,
and we've talked about this before. We actually stopped the video and they're pulling. The bar starts to bend and the inside weights are coming off the ground. So before, let's just say, if you got 1050 on there, you might end up having 850 in your hands, 950 in your hands, but the weight hasn't left the ground yet. You don't feel all of it until that final, on the outside, when that final plate lifts off, which means you've got this little runway for momentum. And I shouldn't say little, because the elephant bar creates, probably 5 inches of runway, 4 inches of runway.
I get so inspired when I see that type of work, because that is just pure work. That's just human being putting in the work to be able to lift. That's why I get so inspired by you, man, because to be able to do these kind of things, like Tamara Warcroft, like, she's putting a lot of hard work nobody's paying attention to. Then she gets on stage and says, okay, here's what I'm going to do. Like, that's pretty fucking awesome, man, because that's not easily done. I'll tell you what's also awesome, Johnny, is, and I know you're interested in this, as am I. I've been paying more attention to it. Medals dude. Gold, silver, copper.
Dude, I just bought a fucking good chunk fucking last night right before it's best, dude. I bought a nice fucking chunk of silver right before it opens. You know, keep in mind, I'm not talking opens here. I'm talking opens in Asia.
Yeah.
And the fucking it opens and bam, there it goes. Fucking, 10% right there.
Yes. Jimmy, let's run it.
It's at 110.
Gold hit 5,000. Suddenly everyone's a pirate. But this is a smoke alarm, not a treasure map.
When markets feel unsafe, money runs to metal. That tells you something about risk, not romance. Stay with us.
We'll explain what's driving it and what to watch next. And we'll keep it practical, no day trader nonsense.
Certainly not a show offering advice, just offering information. Yes, gold broke $5,000.
It was 5,100 this morning.
That what it was?
When the Asian markets opened, it went to 51. Well, this morning was 51. Silver still at 110. I found a clip at 100 and fucking bam, just like that, dude. It's fucking
wow.
Great.
I found a clip. I think we'll run it tomorrow. You know what's a metal you might, and we teased this a little bit last week. Copper. The shortage of copper on the planet.
I just fucking bought some of that too, dude.
The shortage, and some are suggesting, John, to short copper all the way up to 2040 because the world's going to be out of copper over the next 10. And listen, guys, I'm not offering advice, just offering stuff I'm reading. But folks are saying lean into copper because they're not making.
You can't even buy copper bullion right now. Go try to buy a copper bar, you won't find it.
No, that's exactly it. Yeah.
But here's the thing, and I looked into this and I was fucking blown away. So know this now if you're going to buy copper. Copper trade, when you see what it's worth, you're seeing whatever the $6. That's a fucking pound. But then when you buy bullion, you're buying by the fucking ounce. So you're paying a massive premium in a bullion bar. Even though you can't fucking buy them, it kind of doesn't make sense. So just understand when you see this $5 or something or $6, whatever it is, it's a fucking by the pound price.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. So that's kind of you hear a lot of mixed reviews on, I think my gut tells me that the safest way there is to actually get like a stock of a really good solid mine.
Yeah. Well, it's, as the world is crazy these days, we all go back to the ancient days, Johnny. We got to buy the gold. We got to buy the silver. We got to buy all the metals because, the paper money and currencies are, it's fascinating to me how economics change, which is okay. We got to go back to what we grew up with. You got to own gold. You got to own silver. You got to own copper. You got to own platinum. It's all those things that we just kind of get away from, right? We go back to the basics and here we are again.
Well, you know what I did, bro, just so I could because I'm so much better with understanding things in reality.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to fucking buy $150 worth of copper, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I got it sent to me, right? And so I know, I paid whatever it was, $150. And I think it was 3 pounds.
Yes.
So in essence, it's really worth like fucking $18.
Yes.
But I paid $150.
Yes.
So what the fuck, but at the same time, you can't buy, like I had to hunt to find a bullion bar. I mean, it was really difficult just to be able to buy that for $150. Jesus. So it's like, fuck, whoa. So, I mean, I needed to put myself in the situation. I was like, I'm glad I found it. And I'm glad I bought it, but I don't know if I like the fact that I spent $150 for something that is clearly all over the fucking internet that sells for $6 a pound. I just paid fucking like, $50 after shipping.
Johnny, I found a recent study that tested how penis size, dick size to mate choice and rival signaling and body shape affect perceptions of male attractiveness and fighting ability. Let's talk about it.
This study wasn't just about attraction. It looked at how men size up rivals too.
No surprise, we overread visuals. Then we feel behind and we chase validation. That loop messes guys up.
We'll pull the lesson out clean. Don't build your confidence on traits you didn't choose. Build it on reps.
Yeah, so the authors of this study, John, interpret the results as evidence that sexual selection may have favored larger size in humans through female mate choice and male male competition. So essentially, women are looking at us based on our size and penis size. And this study, women generally rated taller, more V-shaped bodies and larger penis sizes as more sexually attractive.
Wasn't that the whole thing of like if you the hands and the feet?
Yes.
Look at the hands, look at the feet. That helps them figure out. Look at the hands, look at the feet. You know what the feet looks like.
Yeah. Well, and men also tended to view those same traits as signaling a more sexually competitive and physically threatening rival, right? So men were like, okay, so to your point, you're sizing somebody up. And if you're attracted to that girl and that girl's attracted to you, and I'm sizing you up, I'm thinking that, okay, look at his feet, look at his hands. He's probably got this and this, which obviously then I would interpret you like as a physically threatening rival is what this study's talking about.
Yeah, it's a really interesting point. When I look at another male, what do I consider threatening?
Well, it's interesting because I never thought about it this way until this conversation. Like I don't think about it. Like I don't meet a man and look at his hand and feet and think, okay, he must have a big penis. He's taller than me, so all of a sudden I've never consciously thought about it this way. You know what I'm saying? As I think about this, I fucking see it very fucking clearly. What I see as a threat. What is it?
So the lack of reason.
Oh, elaborate. Tell me.
Well, let's just say you, right?
Yeah.
I know you. You're a very reasonable dude. You're a nice dude. Zero threat, right? But if you were just fucking like had this fucking switch where you could just fucking go off the handle and there was nobody that could say anything that was going to help you understand that you were completely off your fucking rocker and you were very destructive and you were, vindictive.
Like the current president of the United States? No.
Not reasonable, right?
Yes.
Then that to me is because that unpredictability brings something to me that I don't want anywhere near my serene life.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I can see that.
That is a massive threat. If I see somebody, I just had somebody deal with it recently in the peptide business, he just, seemed to be really happy customer, multiple orders, and all of a sudden sent this fucking goofy fucking email. And I was like, whoa, where did this come from? But my assistant showed me. I was like, look, give him what he wants.
Yes.
And let's fucking, that's the last fucking transaction. Let's make him happy and send him away.
Interesting.
Because it's almost like that split personality. Like I have that with clients too. Once in a while, they'll slip through and they'll just like fucking go from over here to over here. And I'm like, okay, I'm not fucking having that in my world. And I'm I call the team, refund the money, fucking cut them off, block them out of social media. This person is out of our lives.
Now that you've said that out loud, I completely relate to that. I have no time.
It's lack of reason.
Yeah. Yes.
If I can't reason with someone, that's a huge threat.
Well, because I'm thinking like yourself, I'm very protective of my reasoning and of my life. So like you, I'm like, I don't want to welcome negative shit. I don't want to welcome bad stuff. And I don't want to welcome unpredictable behavior into my life. It creates drama. It creates negative emotion. It doesn't move me forward. So it's the same thing, actually. I never thought about it the way you presented it, but I reflect now on people that have been in my world where I have moved away from because of their unpredictable behavior. I'm like, dude, I don't want your drama. Get out of here, dude. Like, get out of here.
And you can't say that to them because all you do is fucking fuel the fire.
Yes. Speaking of fueling the fire, I'm going to show you a graphic which will tell you everything you want to know about me as a young man growing up. I got this for Christmas one year, and I don't know if it changed my life, but it certainly changed why I'm kind of a nerdy guy. Jimmy, let's put this up here, man. The Radio Shack. Hey, Petro, anybody paying attention? So, Johnny, I got this. It's one of these boards, it's like an electronic thing. You plugged things in, and it was sold by Radio Shack to teach basic electronics. And you could.
What year was this?
It was released in 76. I think I got it probably around 1980 because we're both born in 70.
This looks kind of familiar to me.
You might have got it too. So it was basically teaching different circuits.
Nobody was trying to teach me this stuff. I think I just saw it somewhere.
But so for me, it was how circuits, right? So how a light works, right? Circuit to circuit, and it just taught you cool things. But I remember like yesterday getting this thing. And I saw this like, oh yeah, I got to talk about it with Johnny because you could build like AM radios, alarms, these little things without soldering stuff. You just by connecting stuff, right? So the basics that we grew up with, bro, like these are the basics before video games, actually.
Yeah.
You know?
Very cool.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Hey, Johnny, before you go.
True thinking game.
Yes, yes. Hey, John, before you go. Oh, there.
What the fuck is that, dude?
I was expecting
what the fuck is that? What is it? Is that an elephant?
Not directly to that.
What the fuck is that? An elephant?
That's an elephant dink, man. Yeah, that's an elephant penis, and it's funny.
Christ.
I was surprised by this one as much as anything. I opened it up like, oh, that's the one we're showing here today. But yeah, so
well, you look at that, you have no clue what it is.
No, like that thing. Look how massive that is, though, dude. Like that's an elephant dink, and I just we're
not even putting it in real fucking context. And my guess is that's just peeking out to say hello. My guess is that's probably about 15% mass.
Just peeking out to say hello. Oh,
think about an elephant. That ain't fucking traveling deep enough to impregnate a fucking female elephant. Think how deep that's got to go.
Yeah. Hey,
I bet we saw about 20% of that thing, maybe 15% is my guess.
Dude, I was in the Galapagos 5 years ago with Lauren, and Galapagos has a lot of ancient tortoises and turtles from Darwin's turtles there, like 100 some odd years ago old. I was fortunate or unfortunate. We witnessed some good old tortoise porn while we were there. This old tortoise, Johnny, true story, mounted this other tortoise and he just got after it. And we watched all this group because the guide's like, I've never seen this before. And we watch. I'll bring pictures tomorrow show. But
you're watching nature literally unfold,
dude. And you're seeing the tortoise, the big honker, sliding in, and she's like, really? And he's just giving her, and like the slow tortoise motion, but. And the guide was like, I've never seen this happen before during a tour. And sure enough, this old dude, John, is like, I got to get it now. So he hops onto her and he just starts pounding her. True story. Big tortoise.
Crazy.
Just nature happening in front of us. Hey, what do you got going on today, pal? Fun show today. What do you got going on?
So we got a date with Ben right after this.
Yeah.
And then Terry and I are going to do pickleball. We're going to do the gym.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun. Kind of get our schedule rebooted down here.
Yeah. That's good. Nice to be back. I'm sure nice to be down there right now.
Yeah, it's actually it's nice. It's been funny enough. It rained a little bit when we first got here, but it's just little flashes of rain.
Yeah,
but
that's all right. That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. Cool. Hey, tomorrow I'm going to put this on the table first. Tomorrow, sleep trackers are lying. What the experts need you to know. That'll be on tomorrow's show with Keith and John. We talk about it all the time about numbers.
Fucking A, man.
Numbers making noise.
And, I said, get that fucking goofy thing off your wrist.
There's value to it. We're going to talk about it on tomorrow's show with Keith and John. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, friends. John, we got another guest tomorrow, and we'll always have some fun guests here tomorrow as well. Okay, well, I'm going to get you out of here so you can get to your pickleball situation with your lovely bride. And how long are you guys down in Mexico this week? You're for a week, couple weeks, or what?
Usually we stay here until the reason to go home. We're actually, I think the reason to go home this time is we're having, we have to have our power walls replaced.
Okay.
There's a recall on the Tesla power walls. So
yes, I heard that.
Yeah. So basically they're coming on the 25th. So we're going to leave on like the 27th. And actually we're going to stay down here through Carnival, which is
fun. Yeah. Hey, I didn't know this. I learned this today. You'd know this because you have one of these, but I just learned today that the Starlinks are heated so that they melt the snow and ice so that they can last during these snowstorms.
Well, it's only for the dumb motherfuckers that live in areas where it fucking snows. My Starlinks don't have that fucking problem.
Oh, really? Yeah. So I saw.
Well, there's no fucking snow that's going to land on my Starlink in California or Mexico.
But hey, snow. People in Florida woke up with snow last week. You might be surprised one day with snow opening up in California there one day. Maybe, just maybe.
But it's one of those things that it's there if it needs to be. But
yes. I have my lovely bride coming home tonight. I'll be in bed by the time she gets home. Her and Brooke are coming home from Mexico, so I'm circling the calendar for some life expectancy work. Hopefully tomorrow and Wednesday. And
we got that on the calendar for tonight too.
Yeah, I gotta catch up.
Terry, we're gonna basically when we're here.
Yes.
We're going to it's going to be out having dinner or some sort of music or life expectancy every night.
Brilliant. That's good. That's good.
We're going to have some fun.
You're gonna have some good energy, dude. You got a lot of you got a lot of good energy in here today. I could tell when you walked into the lab here today. You had some energy and some
I'm
sleep.
feeling better.
I can tell. It's fucking clear. It's actually clear. That's what I was wondering if you had a little bit of a bug last week. To be honest with you.
Fuck yeah, I did, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, it was like Jesus Christ. I mean, I was like, I mean, finally, I need to just get back to where I'm my normal self again, which I think I'm here.
Oh, I
really had myself fucking. I mean, from probably like Jesus Christ, probably from like middle of October, maybe beginning of October, all the way through the holidays, I was just running on deep reserve.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I can tell. I can
feel better. Get this little stomach bug, but I'm good now, man. I'm happy.
You're happy. All right. Well, listen, I'm happy too. I'm happy we had a good show here today. You enjoy your day today. I got a little monologue that's about welcome to the positive side of the internet, and I'm going to start it when you get out of here. So you have yourself a great day, brother.
Have a good loop, my brother. See you in the morning.
Love. See you, pal. All right, John is out of here, guys. Good morning. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Mr. Anderson is gone for the day. Don Michael Vickers was on for center stage with myself, Sophia Grant, and Johnny Anderson. We talked memory. I learned stuff on today's show that I didn't think I was ever going to learn. I don't know, just the idea of memory and associating memory with numbers and associating memory with sports and wrestling. And oh man, Vickers was awesome. It was clearly, well, it was unexpected for me. I learned a lot from that experience, and I certainly enjoyed it with Don Michael Vickers this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Guys, we got into some really fun things here today as well. We kicked it off with our morning short that we dropped last night, and it was a new Super Mario game is out. It's coming out. I know the Super Mario movie is coming out this summer, and it's just kind of this idea of that one as well as Odyssey this summer. The idea of reinvention and reinventing ourselves as men, and whether it's good to reinvent. When is it time to reinvent? What do you say when others aren't thinking you're going to reinvent yourself? There were many on the internet. They're like, what the hell's Travis Scott doing in the Odyssey film? Well, maybe all the reason for him to be in the Odyssey film. We had that conversation in the first hour. We got into penis size as well. And we also talked about the size of the planet, how big it is in terms of population size. But right now, we're going to get into the morning focus, the positive side of the internet, because we just came through a weekend of crazy news. And if you missed some of the commentary in the first hour, well, I'd invite you to go back to it. Don't want to spend much time on it because you can find all of that elsewhere. And I don't know how much value is in all of that. So we're going to stay here, which is positive, the positive side of the internet.
Welcome to the positive side of the internet. No rage bait breakfast here.
Think of this like walking into the lab. You're safe here. You're not alone.
This isn't fake positivity. It's momentum. We laugh, we learn, and you leave better.
One rule runs the lab. Humans first. Disagree hard, but don't dehumanize.
Failure's allowed here. Shame isn't. If you're in good faith, you belong.
Jimmy, great transition. That was a really good transition. I like that one. Yeah, we had value there. We teased it. We teased what we were talking about. But guys, good morning, my folks. Before we jump into the chaos, the laughs, the headlines, the hot takes, and whatever unhinged things that we end up debating today, I want to set the table for this conversation. Because I'm so fucking proud of this show. I am so proud of what we are building on a daily basis right here live, 8 o'clock, YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. And this is not just a show. No, it's a space. This is a daily decision, a reset button. Because Mornings in the Lab exists for one reason only, to help you start today with momentum, period. Let me say it again. Mornings in the Lab exists for one reason and one reason only, to help you start your day with momentum. Not fake positivity, not toxic optimism, just real visceral energy. The kind of energy that helps you look at your life and you go, okay, fuck yeah, what's next? And how do I move forward today? Because here's the truth, and here's the plain blanket truth. if you get off this show and look anywhere, especially on today, most, if not all, of the internet today is angry. Oh, it is. And rightfully so. Because most of the internet, we wake up, grab our phones, and we tend to find ourselves looking for someone to blame, someone to shame, someone to drag, someone to hate on. But that's not here. That's not in the lab. This is the positive, inspiring part of the lab. I'm sorry, of the internet. The positive, inspiring part of your morning. The part that still believes that people, all of us, can grow. Regardless if you're wearing blue, red, green, orange, regardless if you're heterosexual, homosexual, gender neutral, the part that still believes that people like you can still grow. The part that still believes that you can change your mind, change your habits, and change your life. Like you. And yeah, we are going to entertain you. That's the whole point. I wake up every single day thinking I'm a fucking comedian. Yeah, we're going to make you laugh. We're going to try to. We're going to get into it. We're going to have some fun. We're going to banter back and forth. We're going to pull on the stories that make you go, no fucking way. Are you kidding me? And topics that make you go, oh, I relate to that. That's actually me. But we're also going to inform you without turning your morning into a panic attack. Like today, hey, gold busted 5,000. We're not here to give you financial advice. We're just here to give you some stuff to think about, to talk about, to converse about. Information is a commodity. Conversation, safe conversation, is not. So for the first 2 hours of your day, we're here to give you something better than doom scrolling. We're here to give you the feeling that you're not alone, that you are part of something, and that you're not just consuming, you're actually participating in a conversation live daily. Because this isn't a stage and an audience. No. We talk about it all the time. Are you in the audience or are you on the stage? Because this here is a conversation. A place where you can show up with your coffee, your chaos, your ambition, your questions, your uncertainty. And you know what? And still be welcomed to the show. So let me say this very clearly to every single one of you tuning in right now or even on demand later. This is a safe space. Yes, liberals, conservatives, the radical middles, as Jason Hewlett would call it, and anybody in between. So if you're here in good faith, you are absolutely welcome here. Yeah, I use the word faith because we want all parts of you. Maybe you believe in faith, maybe you don't. But you're welcome here because we're not here to win conversations. That is not why I get out of bed every single day. No, we are here to start them. We are here to have them. We are here to get together and have sharper conversations. And we have one rule. And to those of you that have been hanging those for a long time, you know what that one rule is. What's the one rule? Humans first. Not avatars, not politics, not ideology, not even ego, but humans first. The meaning of that? We don't dehumanize people here. We don't shame people here. We don't pile on people here. We do, we often disagree, sometimes loudly. But we don't forget that there's a real person on the other side of the conversation. And I want this place, and I continue to want this place, to be a place where failure, aka learning, is absolutely embraced. Because failure, you guys, is not the enemy. It's the shame. It's the shame all around us, picking sides and blaming. It's a shame game. Shame is the thing that keeps you stuck. Shame is the thing that keeps you in the corner. Shame is the thing that keeps you hiding. And shame is the thing that keeps you pretending that you're fine while I know that you're silently drowning. But not here. No, not here. If you want that shame stuff, go elsewhere. There's a lot of it. Shaming this person, shaming that person. I got no time for that. Because shame is the enemy. Here we talk about life, what's happening daily to all of us. Here we learn out loud. Here we laugh at ourselves sometimes because that's part of being human too. So when you hear us say, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, just know what it means. It means this is where you come to test ideas, to try again, to get honest, to reset, to get motivated, and leave better than you arrived. And if you're not tuning in live, even though she is right now, Cheryl Whitaker with Shake and Cheryl, we still offer trustworthy content on demand, real conversations on demand, built to help you look in your own mirror. Did he say his own mirror? Yes, your own mirror. The greatest tool that we all have, our own mirror, yet we spend no time talking about it. Because it seems like the whole fucking internet is worried about everybody else's mirror. Yep, true story on that one. But when you show up in the lab and you look in your own mirror with us, you move forward. So, to those of you that come back regularly, welcome to the greatest morning conversation on the planet that we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. And to those of you that are here for the first time, well, welcome to the lab. And now, let's start the day.
Today's Community Corner hits a quiet problem. Capable men slowly disengaging at home. They're disciplined, trusted everywhere else, yet disconnected in marriage and drifting in health. Not because they don't care, because how they're engaged shuts leadership down. Today's stories show where disengagement starts, why it spreads, and what actually reverses it. Not trying harder, changing the leverage points that matter. If you felt yourself pulling back without knowing why, this one's for you.
Hey nation, we have a superstar in the community right now. Cheryl F.L. Whitaker is joining us. Yes, February 6th next week, or February 4th. I can't remember. February 2nd. I got so many dates in my head next week. Cheryl Raphael Whitaker, 8:30 Eastern time. It starts with Joy live right here on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. And it's awesome because she's showing up with us live today. Yeah. And to all of you that know me well enough, I like to tease through love. Yes. And I know Cheryl hasn't been here much lately live because she's been doing it on demand. So Cheryl, thanks for hanging out with us live this morning. We got Petra out there. I got a fever and the only prescription is more MITL. That is so true. That is absolutely true. And on a weekend with news that'll drag you down, whether you're looking left, yeah, or whether you're looking right, oh yeah, that news all around you will drag you down. Come knock on my door. Come hang out with us here in the lab. We're going to give you stuff to think about that'll move you in the right direction. We're going to start off here on the Community Corner with Maya Reyes, which is why smart men disengage at home without saying a word. I was this guy. I've been this guy. Yep. Adam Lane Smith says on the I Wish You Knew podcast with leadership coach Schaefer about a shift that changed how he showed up in his marriage. Before the change, Schaefer was competent everywhere else, trusted at work, proven daily. At home, those conversations often came across as correction or challenges. And even when intentions were good, the message landed as you're doing this wrong. His responses weren't arguing. What he did instead was he withdrew. Less initiative, less openness, less emotional presence. And this shift happened when his wife changed how she challenged him. Instead of questioning his competence, his wife got curious about his thinking and reframed how she communicated with him. And she says to him, "What's your plan?" Instead of, "That doesn't make any sense." And guys, you've been around your wife or your friends before saying, "That doesn't make any sense." Flipping the script, "What's your plan?" changed it all. And that question preserved his status and invited leadership instead of triggering some defense against his wife. And once that happened, he leaned into her. He leaned in and owned more of the relationship, more connection, more honesty. And the argument that Adam Lane Smith and Schaefer makes is that men don't rise when they feel evaluated. They rise when leadership is invited. Speaking of leadership, that's what Cheryl Wafau Whitaker's talking about on her show. It Starts With Joy Live. It's about leadership. And I think she'd agree that men don't rise when they're evaluated. They rise when leadership is invited. And if that resonates, here is something that I invite the men listening to today. Replace one correction with a curiosity-based question and see how your partner, and if you're a female, maybe replacing that one connection with another curious-based question and seeing how your partner responds. Try it. You know, too quick, especially with our relationships that we spend a lot of time with, are too quick to get to the questioning, to get to the negative stuff. Maybe it's flipping the script and moving correction to curiosity. What's your plan? What are you thinking about? Because when you say it doesn't make sense to somebody, I suspect what happens immediately is defensiveness. But when you say to somebody, hey, Cheryl, what's your plan? I'm curious. Cheryl's like, oh, he's interested. He's curious about what I'm doing. You see how we change that defensive posture to oh, he's leaning in. He's paying attention to me. So whether it's male or female, flipping the script. What's your plan? What a wonderful question. Hey, Petro, what's your plan? Substack. Better sex equals better relationship. Yes. We want to live longer? Get after it, boys. Andy Ziegler makes a clear argument on Substack that cuts against mainstream advice, and his advice is this. Most men are trying to solve a desire problem with stability tools. More communication, more emotional labor, more being a good partner, and then the sex, it still dies. It's funny because Adam's point is quite simple. Stability and desire are built by different forces, and we had this wonderful conversation with Brianna Bass last week, and it reminded me, man, you think about it, men, just talking to you guys, you're asking a woman to get on her back and spread her legs, just saying it out loud. That's a very vulnerable spot to be in. Think about that, guys. Think about that for a quick second. So if you're not putting any stability or any kind of emotional desire on the table, and you're expecting her to do that for you, probably not happening. Nope. Probably not. So maybe, guys, it's not about solving the desire problem. No, maybe it's about solving the emotional challenges you have. Because when the sex comes back, the bonding chemicals increase. The playfulness returns, the generosity flows through negotiation, and that energy spills everywhere into your work, your parenting, your confidence. The mistake that men make is optimizing for approval instead of leadership. And Andy argues that desire responds to presence, decisiveness, and masculine energy, not effort points. But I was trying. Guys, this isn't about manipulation. It's about belief. It's about emotional comfort and posture. So think about this, boys. Think about this, ladies. When the sex improves, the entire system stabilizes. And I don't know about you. Would you like a stable life or an unstable life? All right, guys, let's keep it going here. Why your health keeps slipping without you noticing. Ben Azadi, he dropped a post on LinkedIn about dangerous defaults. He says most men aren't unhealthy because they lack discipline. They're unhealthy because they're living on autopilot. And that just seems to be a trend often of men we talk about on this show. Autopilot. Elevators. I'll just take the elevator, Jimmy. I don't want to take the stairs. Escalators, parking close, sitting all day. Think about those 4 things I just put on the table that you could easily do to change your life. Take the stairs today over the escalator or the elevator. Parking far away. Getting up and standing. Going for a walk. Because the environment promotes convenience. Everywhere we look, convenience. Drive-thrus, 7-Eleven, DoorDash, Uber, instant gratification. But Ben reframes movement as a systems issue. Apparently, we got this number, 5,000, 10,000, whatever it is. But increasing your steps will probably dramatically reduce your mortality risk. Probably. Maybe just going for a 5-minute walk today. Not extreme, just consistent, because the real labor, guys, is changing default. If your default is to park close, imagine if for the next 10 years you parked far away. Imagine if you took the stairs for the next 10 years instead of took the elevator for the next 10 years. These simple, small decisions repeated daily. Because here's the opposite. The same negative decisions, diabetes, fat, mortality, and death. And oh yeah, no sex with your wife because you're a fat fucker. True story. And I'm just calling it out. I'm just calling it out. I've been that guy. Because guys, these aren't calorie choices. No. When you're sitting in your truck, going through the drive-thru, going to chase that Big Mac, it's not a calorie choice. You're making an identity choice in your own mirror. We talk about it all the time. Go look in your own mirror before you make the decision, because over time, those compounded decisions will either move you into a life of longevity or move you into a life of decline. So here's the invitation, fellas. Change one default today so movement happens without motivation.
If you feel ignored at home and invisible in your marriage, it's probably not just discipline. Your environments stopped rewarding leadership. So at some point, you stopped offering it. That's not a character flaw. It's a signal. Fix the tone. Fix the sex. Fix the defaults. Then watch what changes when leadership has room to breathe.
What a fun show today, guys. I got to be honest, though, before I got to the show here today, I was struggling a little bit. True story. Going to offer some vulnerability with you guys. Because I didn't want to be ignorant to the world around me. Oh. Nope, didn't want to be ignorant to it. And I felt like I needed to address it, but that's not the point of this show. But today was about cutting through the noise. You know, we talked about why surface level effort never fixes deep problems. Oh man, is that not a succinct quote with what's happening right now? I'm sorry. Whether it's memory, marriage, or momentum, or just life around us. And here's the thing too, guys. And here's what's crazy. I got to offer this up, man. So I'm a Canadian. I live here in Canada. But for the last 30 years of my life, lots of my life has been in the US. My business, my network, the people I surround myself with. And I got to be honest, guys, it's been tough. It's been tough as of late. Because I find myself being pulled into the conversation in a climate that I don't belong in, but yet I feel emotionally connected to. My friends that live in Minnesota, my friends that live in blue states, red states, orange states, green states. And the crazy thing is, you guys are all saying the same fucking thing. The problem is, we change a word here, we change a word there, and all of a sudden everybody gets into their underwear in a knicker. But I struggle. Jimmy, I've been struggling with this, man, because I was putting my monologue together and I'm like, you know, it's so easy for us to go down the same path as every other conversation, which is blame, which is hate, which is negative energy. But I don't want to do that. That's not why we created this show. No, it's not why we created this show. We created this show to get up, to help you achieve big, audacious goals, to help you get up and look in the mirror, to help you wonder why your systems you're trying aren't succeeding with. And we're going to keep doing that in light of all of the energy around us that keeps pulling us in a direction I don't want to go into. So we're going to keep going in the direction where we know, which is the direction of positivity, the positive side of the internet. No, we're not going to be naive and pretend it doesn't exist. Because the crazy thing is to my friends in Minnesota, it's actually just a couple hours down the road. It's just around the corner. Today on the show, we blew up the bad memory excuse with Don Michael Vickers. What a fascinating conversation about memory, man. Did not think that one was going to go as well as it was. To calling out why flowers don't rebuild trust on National Spouses Day, because today was about ownership. Yes, even though, I'm sorry, nation, even though nobody is taking any fucking ownership with what's happening down the road from me. And I'm just calling it like it is because there's nobody taking ownership from the top to the middle to the bottom. Not my fault. Not my fault. So, today was about ownership. It was about our own mirror, discipline, and doing the unsexy work that actually changes outcomes. We had a lady who deadlifted 640 pounds on the show today. She wasn't on the show. We dropped the video. And I'm telling you, that is the unsexy work that changed her outcome. Morning focus, we got into why we're here every single day, which is the positive part of the internet. Tomorrow, guys, we're back with some more awesome conversations. Yeah, we're going to be joined by Mark Pattison, former NFL player who hit rock bottom and then climbed all the way to the top of the world, literally. He became the first NFL player to conquer the 7 summits and summited Mount Everest at 59 years old. Wow. We're talking resilience. We're talking rebuilding after failure. And we're talking about how men climb back when life knocks everything out from underneath them. You know what the funny thing is, Jimmy? Is this dude climbed Everest, and I love it, 59 years old. And it's funny because it's not about a comparison game at all. I just find it so awesome. Not humor, so awesome. We've had so many we had a guy climb Everest with 1 lung. And now we've got a guy who climbed Everest with 2 lungs at 59, and not one is better, but it just shows you. It just shows you there's no excuse. There's zero excuse to go get up and achieve those big, audacious goals. So you can get sucked into all the negative energy across X, across Threads, across all the social platforms, or you can go and achieve some of the biggest goals and control your life. Tomorrow, the topic is one every man needs to hear in 2026, the lone wolf. Yeah. How many of you guys are trying to go after it all by yourselves? Yeah, I got to do it all by myself. Well, hey, maybe it's a myth. Maybe it's destroying men. The idea that strength means doing it all alone is burning guys out, guys. Isolating us and quietly wrecking health. We're going to break down why brotherhood matters more today than ever, guys. And man, if I can just fucking create a space where I can bring together people through brotherhood, not through politics, not through color, not through race, but through brotherhood and love, maybe, just maybe, we can move the needle in a direction. So guys, I'm out of here. Let's get out of here and get after the day, because you know what? Oh, baby, we're back in less than 22 hours. And where's that? Right here. Mornings in the lab with Keith, John, and friends. Jimmy, Kai, Petro, Cheryl, everybody else there in the community. Good time. I appreciate all you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. 8 o'clock live right here on The Big Show. Mornings in the lab with Keith, John, and friends.